Boom. Do it. Do it.
Ring, ring, ring. Hello, Simpson merchants, and welcome back to Krown's magical dancing cave.
The Simpson versions are back, and I'm Simp number one. That's right. Simp number one is reporting in for duty, and we got plenty to talk about with some very exciting price action on Ethereum, on Bitcoin, and perhaps all around the cryptocurrency landscape. With that said, I'd like to wish you the best and the happiest. We got plenty to talk about today, and plenty to get into it right now. It's no time for fucking sleeping. Time to wake the fuck up and get goddamn down into this magic and money business, because we are going to the fucking moon! To the moon! Where's the fucking moon? I don't have the moon anymore! Wait. Wait! Yes! The moon! I found it! We found the moon once again! The moon is here! And it's so good. It's so great to wake up to this on a lovely little Monday morning. And hey, in a more subdued tone as I pull back my own emotions because it's been a rather interesting and fun last 24 hours, I do want to get into the Krown application, which we found at app.krown.net. And what do we see over here? We see all sorts of, actually not very many new things. Bitcoin dominance still more or less the same. And I expect that will be changing if Bitcoin gets going right here. More importantly, we do see that Fear and Greed Index still stuck at a 73, which is rather interesting as Bitcoin did essentially break and resolve the range to the upside right here, supported by open interest. We can already see kind of on this chart, but we will go into the minutia soon enough. And then as far as the top 10 winners list, top 10 losers list, this is actually insane right here. Quant up 59.5%. Jesus Christ, man. Filecoin 23.5. We got Fantom almost at 21%. OMG is back at it again. Holy moly, man. Chainlink, FTX Token, Sam's taking over the world once again. Curve DAO, Telcoin, and Huobi Token all having a pretty damn good day. Double digits or more for the majority of them. And let me just turn off the alerts for right now. We will get to that soon enough. What's up, Mr. The Hidden You? We'll get to that a little bit later, but for right now, it is most importantly to be identifying the big things to be speaking about right now. And what do we see on the market data tab? We do see that the global open interest rate the global open interest has absolutely just skyrocketed right here. Again, confirming yet again, not another just higher high, but a higher low at the same time. And so we are looking at this continuous move right here. And essentially what I would feel rather confident in saying right now is that assuming that Bitcoin, essentially does have the low in, we would be looking for Bitcoin to essentially reclaim, the upper $50,000 territory before end of month, this month that is. On top of that, we do see that exchange's Bitcoin reserve is still maintaining its overall downtrend, making new lows on that. And we do see, well, an ever so slightly negative net flow right there as you would expect. Anyways, other than that, I do want to get into the price action charts themselves. And we're actually going to start off with Ethereum today. I might even record this one as well. Well, why the hell not? Yes, let's make it nice and simple. Here we have the most simplistic chart of all time. It's called a line chart and it's on the weekly. And yes, I do want to record this one. So here we have Ethereum on a line chart, Ethereum versus the dollar, obviously. And this is a weekly chart right here. And what do we have? We have something of great importance, of great significance. And it has happened just last night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And what is that? The weekly close, of which we have the newest and most highest weekly closing all-time high of all time, if that makes sense. Anyways, I'll put this back on the old dildos right here because it's going to make a little bit more sense to myself. And yes, I would be looking for a general continuation, very, very likely to prior all-time highs sometime probably this month, maybe early October, and very likely new all-time highs on Ethereum specifically. Probably before end of October, if I had to guess, maybe even sooner rather than later in this regard right here. This is looking very, very good. What else happened in the last 24 hours? Oh, what's this? Another drive of hidden bullish evidence has been confirmed after the lows right over here. So I do look at this as very likely to sustain in, more of the same. And in this case, what is the same? Well, the same is the trend, and the trend is your friend. And where is the trend right now? The trend is to the upside. Hey, what do we see on volatility? Expanding on the weekly. That's rather interesting. That's a rather powerful time frame, isn't it? Let's go over here to the daily as well. And what do we see? Oh, it gets even better, actually. It gets even better. Again, daily is actually consolidating within the bullish control zone right here, which is a good signal. We do not have hidden bullish evidence right here. We might if we throw on a 12 or 6 hour. Let me just throw these back on right here as well. And we do have a bit of a backfill in yesterday's daily dodo open as well. Again, within the context of volatility, which is in an expansive phase. And I do look at the moving average for this one to really get the actual move on this. So perhaps a little bit more of a sideways consolidation here in the medium and short-term timeframes. But overall, I would be looking for Ethereum to very likely tag around prior all-time highs again before end of this month, probably sooner rather than later in this case. And this is looking more or less good as far as I'm concerned. Anyways, going over here to a 12 hour, do we see any sort of evidences to be aware of right now? Actually, no. No, we do not. Although it will print hidden bullish evidence if this does confirm as a local low right here. I would argue that this has already actually been confirmed with the last 12-hour dildo closure, but we're probably only going to get this signature on a 6 hour or lower. No, we don't even get it on a 6 hour. On a 4 hour, it must be. Then, yes, we actually did get it on the 4 hour yesterday. But other than that, actually a little bit surprised to see it not there. And short-term timeframes actually do look like Ethereum wants to take a little bit of a short-term pullback right here. To be fair, we do see that BBWP is absolutely on the floor, so this pullback very likely to produce a higher low. At least that would be my disposition first and foremost. Until we actually do break ranges. But the ranges are essentially the same things what we spoke about yesterday, right? Looking at this, oh, Jesus Christ, this chart's a little bit too marked up. Let's go to this one right here, and let's just create a whole new thing because this is going to be rather simple to do. Warning signals below about 38, well, it's more like 38.50 right here. But I wouldn't necessarily call any sort of a trappy sort of occurrence until Ethereum comes back down below 3,700. So this is only relevant for the short-term timeframes, you know, 4 hour and below, and this is relevant for the medium and higher-term timeframes. And as long as Ethereum essentially maintains these levels, I do look for this to essentially produce more of the same. In this case, that would be continuation of trend. In this case, the trend is to the upside, and volatility expansion alongside momentum oscillators like 4 hour Joule would actually be pointed a little bit more in the northwards direction, which is an overall good signal. Doesn't necessarily happen today. That I'm not so certain of, but we do see that 4 hour Stokes on Ethereum specifically will be pointed up northwards with any sort of a closure on this next 4 hour dildo above 39.23. Bi-hourly is going to be showing 39.50, and hourly is going to be showing 39.40. So what does that likely align with, as we do see kind of bifurcation between all the lower term timeframes and also the 3 hour actually at about 39.40? Probably does trade a bit more sideways within this range. I don't think that we see resolution on this like today, for example, or at least before the 12 hour closure. And then I'll probably be looking for a move maybe later this week if that. On top of that, what do we see on the higher term timeframes? Daily Stokes to remain to the upside as long as above 4,000 bucks, but you know, way up here where we typically have found some short term pullbacks, as you can see coming in from May 2nd, and we got August 11th right here as well. So I do think that a little bit more ranging on Ethereum is actually more likely than not, but overall I do not want to confuse ranging on Ethereum with probably a short-term pullback with the same thing as like, well, you know, a reversal, for example. That topic is not even a conversation in my opinion, as long as Ethereum's above 3,700. And again, I would be looking for general moves back up around the prior all-time high and probably new all-time highs at the very least before before the end of October, probably even this month as well. And if Ethereum does start to tick above those levels that we just spoke about right here, again, the where all of those lower term time frame momentum oscillators kind of come in around, which is more or less about 39.50 or so, then I would not be looking for that continuation just yet. But so far so good, and now we can get into Bitcoin as well, of which we have plenty to say about Bitcoin. So let me just set up my charts really quickly here. Do we want to look at it on CME? We can look at it on CME. We can also look at it on Spot actually as well. Spot's actually a little bit easier right here just because we do have this nice girthy green dildo that has a lovely closure above the top side of this liquid zone right here, confirming the breakout alongside momentum oscillators as well. Daily hidden bullish evidence playing out, and we do see daily Joule also leading up and even taking out the other slower moving oscillators in this. So this is still an active signal actually. And again, most importantly, we do see that BBWP is expanding alongside all of this as well. Fuck, I forgot to record this, but whatever, we can probably just do it later anyways. Again, what else do we see over here as far as momentum oscillators go for CME specifically? We do see 4 hour Stokes will be angled up towards the north side as long as above 51,600. Hourly is going to be showing what? 52,000 bucks, and bi-hourly is going to be showing about 51.5 or so. So a little bit of sideways and up is what I'd be looking for on this one. 12 hour, I imagine, is up. Indeed it is, and will remain to the upside as long as above 49,250. You know, of course, weirder things have happened, but for right now, a clean, almost actually more than 2,000 bucks above it right now, about 2,500 bucks. So looking good coming into that next closure, and then daily, obviously 49,800 as well. So looking good right there too. With all of that in mind, I do look at this as a real breakout, and again, just looking for volatility expansion alongside trend continuation here. And of course, this always does come with an invalidation point on the other side. Where would it be? Very simply put right here, essentially where Bitcoin did break out from, which is about 50,500 or so on no less than a 4 hour dildo closure, as this is, you know, a higher term time frame move. And I really don't feel comfortable using lower term time frames to kind of manage a higher term time frame move. And of course, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but in this case right here, that would invalidate this whole sort of setup in my eyes after Bitcoin essentially just spent like the last 2 weeks, actually the last 2 to 3 weeks, you know, consolidating within the upper $40,000 territory, which I consider back around actually August 14th is when that started. So this is a very mature consolidation. I mean, obviously it's mature because we're fucking resolving it right now. And we see that all pretty much all time frames as far as BBWP are kind of in alignment with each other. You can see the 4 hour right here also expanding as well. Hourly is probably coming down and having a little bit of a short-term pullback, but that is still going to be consistent with the 12 hour. And of course, we already looked at the daily as well, which is starting to expand here too. So this is very likely a big move. And the last time that we did see, you know, low reads like this on BBWP was precipitating, you know, humongous moves that we saw last time was actually October 2020, in fact, before this whole move from about 10,000 bucks to 20,000 bucks unabated. And then realistically, things did expand from there, you know, over time as well. But I would feel quite comfortable in saying that this was like the move. And then, you know, you just had a reaccumulation and then continuation. Then we had another one right on over here. which was about July lows from about 9,000 bucks all the way up to 12.5 or 13,000 bucks. That's about a 41 to 50% move, depending upon whether you use wicks or bodies in this case. Again, big move rather abruptly, and then actually, obviously continued, on over time as well. On top of that, we do see the last signature that was similar to that way back on over here in March 2019 as well, which did precipitate this almost immediate move of about 45%, and then obviously, further on time did produce about 260%. So on the low end, we do see about 50% move. And on the upper end, we do see, hundreds of percent of moves, some X's on top of that. And for right now, how much have we played out since coming down to this, these low one-digit levels on BBWP? Well, so far from bottom to top of that last consolidation, that'd be about 11.5%, which would certainly be an outlier on the downside for a result like that. So what would we expect? Or if we're just kind of playing around with numbers, again, not that expectations are a good thing to be having as traders, that should be just nuked from your vocabulary, at least from my vocabulary. And what do we see right here? 50% on top of price action puts Bitcoin basically at new all-time highs at about 70,000 bucks. And again, that was more or less on the lower end. So I do look at this as a mega move in the making right here. We do see, of course, on CME, very, very clear signatures right here, hidden bullish evidence, multiple drives right there, back in the bullish control zone, and even the exponential is in the bullish control zone as well. So this does look good. And on top of that, we do see that the Jewel did get a nice cyan signature as well, which is a fresh signal. Yes, it is in a little bit more of the critical territory, or not necessarily the critical territory, but it's in a more higher territory right here. But I would look for that to play out a little bit before the next sort of daily pullback, so to speak. Anyways, with that said, tentative targets towards the upside are actually pretty damn simple right here. Don't need to make it any more complicated than this. We do see a massive volume profile node coming in right around the upper $50,000 territory, 56 to 58,000 bucks to be exact. Just right in line with this breakdown from your early May area, which is also in line with the 1 spot 414 extension from the last tentacle base on Bitcoin as well, which is what you would expect. And what you would expect from there is you'd expect a bit of consolidation between the 1414 and the 272 if we are going to see consolidation before further accumulation to the upside more long term. When does that happen? Does it happen in September? I don't know. I would argue probably it's a little more likely or a little more pertinent to be saying in October for something like that. But if we were to take it just one step at a time, and I don't want to go into too much long-term analysis here because we did that yesterday, and I can just kind of suggest that you watch the long-term analysis playlist if you're more interested in stuff like that, because you can hear about all these crazy targets. But more long-term, 70 to 80,000 bucks certainly not out of the question. Even 100,000 bucks. Not out of the question as well. And if you're just kind of looking at the leaders of the market right now, which actually hasn't really been Bitcoin, to be fair, it'd be more like Ethereum, Cardano, and Solana in an inverted list like that, where basically Solana, took out its prior all-time highs and just went on for a massive run. You can kind of see like a similar setup right here as well, right? Based off the 414, and then boom, massive move up towards, actually right now we're sitting at the 2 spot 618 extension. We can do the same thing for Cardano as well, I imagine. And what do you know? Well, actually no, because I don't have it in there just yet. Do some like this. There we go. And what do you know? Consolidates right at the 414, and boom, we are currently right here, currently at the 2 spot extension 4 right now. And those actually have been leading this general rally to the upside in comparison to Bitcoin. Then Ethereum went, and now I imagine Bitcoin's going as well. So with all of that in mind, I do think that Bitcoin probably does reach towards those targets. But again, there always comes with an invalidation point on the other side, and Bitcoin does start to give up 50,500 or so. I wouldn't necessarily call it that's like a daily reversal. Obviously, it's fucking not. But a daily reversal conversation. It's still the same levels. Like the last daily high or low is back down around here at about 47,000 bucks. So it is a bit more difficult to be looking for a reversal. I wouldn't even be considering the possibility, especially as long as Bitcoin's above the 21, which is about 48,500 right now. So warning signals below there, and then technically speaking, yeah, 47,000 bucks would be it. But just as an aside right here, I do want to kind of dial in on this little formation, because you will see this again very likely if you do carry on with your trading career. And whenever you see a big move to the upside or the downside as well, and then you see a nice tight consolidation around the highs or the lows of the move. So obviously on an uptrend, you're going to see it around the highs. On a downtrend, you're going to see it around the lows. That is a very strong continuation signal. And to be fair, this is one of the easier signals that we will get within this, within this market cycle. I do imagine this is going to get much more difficult as time goes on. But this one over here, very, very simple. And I just, I don't mean to talk shit to other people who are, doing analysis in this market or anything like that. It's just, if you didn't get this one, this is like one of the easier ones, to be fair. And I don't say that lightly, just because this market can be absolutely fucking unforgiving. And at some point, we're probably going to see like $10,000 swings in a day. It's going to be devastating, and I'm going to be completely fucking wrong on these, but in this case right here, you can now see that we do officially have the breakout, not just from a structural perspective and a trend perspective and a volatility perspective, but also from a volume profile perspective as well, as we did get our nice girthy green yielded closure above the last of the high value nodes for the more pertinent area that we were currently consolidating within. So this whole area right here between about 51,000 to basically 55,000 bucks is pretty much all air. So I would be looking for Bitcoin to probably have some more interesting days ahead throughout that territory right there. Anyways, going over here to momentum oscillators, or did we already check this one out? I think we did. I'm just curious to see how they match up with spot price action really quickly here. On the 4 hour, you can see on CME 51.6 is the magical number right there. What is it on spot price action? Yeah, a little bit lower in this case. Spot's being a little bit more generous, but you know my rule on Mondays specifically and late Sundays that CME typically gets those better. So I would be looking at CME to be giving the more accurate of these signals. But in this case, you know, just for what it's worth, 50,800 or so for spot price action on the 4 hour. What's a buy hourly going to be showing right here? 51,600, and hourly is going to be showing what? 51.8 as well. So yeah, a little bit of a little bit of ebb and flow, I imagine, on the short-term timeframes. But overall, it's really time to be paying attention to the higher-term timeframes right here, as we are seeing them essentially take over. Looking at the buy daily right here, what do we have? I mean, we have just continuation as well. Makes this one a little bit more simple. And what do we have over here? We should have hidden bullish divergence between this point and this point. It's actually not identifying it as a local low, although I would myself. And that's one of the few times where I would disagree with Mr. Caretaker's RSI. Fuck, I forgot it again. I forgot to talk about the sale. Yeah, we have a sale going on. it's on the Krown chain application. It's over here. Oh, goddamn, I'm bad at this. We also have a free newsletter as well if you want to check that out. Actually, really good stuff right there from my man, from my man, Mr. Roger, if I can get my words out properly. And then yes, we do have a program sale going on as well. Make sure that you watch promo videos that go alongside them, because, well, you know, we want to make sure that people actually get into them who want to get into them, not people who like think they should get into them, but you know, it's not actually a good fit. And those will kind of explain to you if it's going to be a good fit or not, what to expect. And you know, just on the outset, I always want to say, hey, it's not a fucking magic pill, obviously. It will require a tremendous amount of work from yourself. But if you can put that in, we typically notice that about 1 to 2 years is, or a year to a year and a half is kind of where people typically get to where they want to get, assuming that they really do put in the effort. And I really want to stress that part, because it is, it's difficult. Like, obviously it's fucking difficult. Anything worth doing typically is difficult, right? But if you have like other commitments and stuff, what I'm trying to say is like it's probably not going to be a good idea to get into it, because you're not going to get that much out of it, as with anything. Anyways, yes. So looking at this on the buy daily, we already got that on the potential hidden bullish divergence right there. I'd say that it's already confirmed in my, in this case. 3-day is actually not going to have it itself, or is it? Would I consider this a higher low? Where is this? Yeah, actually it would. It would, so we actually should have another drive right there as well. And on the 5-day, which is not closing today but closing tomorrow, this is looking like a very good setup as well right here. We do see 5-day RSI reaching for the bullish control zone. I would be looking, however, for that first sort of test in the lower end of the bullish control zone to be pushed back, but that pushback is typically the next sort of higher low, probably on a slightly lower term time frame, like a daily in this case. But again, we are seeing trend continuation, most importantly, with an expanding volatility signature over here. Momentum also just falling through as well. So this is a pretty damn good setup thus far. And I do look very levelly at Ethereum as well, just because it did close a weekly on new all-time highs, which is important, right? And it's really funny. I read a comment yesterday in the Discord community. I read a great comment in the Discord community yesterday. I think it was from Nate, who I absolutely fucking love. That guy's great. And he said something along the lines of, and this works for both sides, by the way, so I'm not just picking on bears right now. You can do the same thing for bulls. And honestly, in a bear market, bulls are like way more annoying than bears in a bull market. But he said something along the lines of, this is a bear's philosophy. When price is at the prior high of the, is at the prior all-time high, it's a double top. When price is lower than the prior all-time high, it's bearish divergence and a lower high. And if it's above the prior all-time high, then it's also potential bearish divergence. It's like, all right, when you run into someone like that, you know that it's just, they have fallen in love with an idea, not necessarily like the actual analysis or tangible analysis on top of it, which is interesting. And again, you can definitely apply that to boo laws in a bearish market as well. And like I said, bulls in a bear market are much more annoying than bears in a bull market. But it was a very funny statement that I thought deserved deserve repeating, because at the end of the day, man, you know, you don't need to make this any more complicated than what it needs to be. And this is just trend right now. And then if you want to complicate it a little bit further, volatility. And then if you want to complicate it one step further, momentum. And that is the order of operations, at least in my opinion, and for my system. Obviously, everyone can do whatever the fuck they want. And there are multiple ways to skin a cat and multiple ways to, of course, make, you know, your living in trading if you want. But that is what I typically employ when things are, you know, trading in an obvious fashion like this. Anyways, do we want to check out our secondary charts over here? We didn't really do it for Ethereum, but let's see. Did we close a 3-day last night? No, we did not. We closed it tonight. Any sort of a closure above 41.50 or so, I'd be looking for this one to very likely make new optimize this month rather than next. Although we are, you know, healthily below that right now. Let's see, what about Bitcoin? How are we looking like over here? 3-day is looking nice and strong, but that's not actually closing on CME today. It would be on spot price action, and top side of the 3-day Troll band is actually all the way at 56,000 bucks, kind of in line with that next sort of targeted region, which I believe was also in line with one of those Fibonacci extensions as well. Let's see what the other timeframes look like. 5 days actually edging up against it once again, and that's again not closing tonight, but tomorrow. And if it does close above 52,800 or so, yeah, I would essentially be looking for that move to happen probably for the next 5 to 10 days or so. And you remember that I said something relatively similar. I think it was like back on over here, perhaps, where I said something along the lines of, hey, you know, I'd be looking for Bitcoin to work its way into the $50,000 territory if the 5-day close is, well, in this case, a bullish engulfing. We got that. And I'd be looking for the move to happen over the next 5 to 10 days. Well, it looks like it's more like 11 to 12 days now. So fair enough. Not going to be as great with time analysis. I don't think it can actually really be done in a good fashion. But in this case right here, this one's looking so far so good. Alongside 5-day MACD, lifting up above the zero read right there as well. And if we go down to the daily, which I haven't even checked right now, we actually do have a chance to close above it tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time with any sort of a closure today above 52,000 bucks. At that point, I would look for that daily to then bleed into the 3-day and the 5-day closure coming in tomorrow, essentially. And those will essentially judge my more immediate targets to the upside, or sorry, give a more immediate continuation to the upside, probably sooner rather than later over the next couple of weeks, basically to the upper $50,000 territory, maybe even beyond as well. There will be corrections along the way, obviously, but again, you know, if you're on the very low term time frames right now, please understand that I'm doing this analysis on, you know, daily, 2-day, 3-day, 5-day, weekly, right? So if you're on like a 5-minute or 15-minute, that's great. You know, more power to you, but understand that, you know, there's going to be a lot of ebbs and flows right there, and, you know, you might miss a little bit of the woods and the trees right there, or whatever the fuck the saying is. Anyways, maybe I turn on the alerts now and we can get into the comment section. I'm like severely underslept after last night. I had some food that I probably shouldn't have eaten in the last 24 hours, but it was certainly worth it. It was some of the best food ever, man. This blood sausage reindeer is great. Oh, and I forgot to show my testnet account as well, although, well, nothing really to update right here. Profit's still going up, which is good, and we do see that my long $33,000 contracts are still looking rather healthy right there as well. But I am printing somehow a loss on my short $24,000 put strike. I'm short a 25 lot of the $24,000 put strike, and I'm being marked down to almost a full Bitcoin. How does that working? It's definitely fucking marked. These are worthless, and they are expiring this month as well. Anyways, okay, cool. Let me get on over here and let's see what else has got lined up. I've turned on the alerts right now, and let's see if any of this has been making sense at all. All right, Hootie Hennessy, there he is. What's up, man? Chainlink, any time frame, looking to buy a sauna. Saunas are great, man. I strongly recommend it. It is a staple of my day, man. Sometimes it's even the highlight of my day too. It's great. It's beautiful. You can meditate in there. You can spend all your time in there. You can sweat your ass off over there. It's really, really good, man. Really, really good. You can also get hit on by people of the same gender there as well, if you like that sort of a thing, or if you don't like it as well. It will happen. Anyways, here we go. All right, here we have Chainlink, symbol LINK versus the dollar. This one will be requested by Mr. Hootie Hennessy, Mr. Consistency right now. And again, we do have continuation on this. So we identified that this was very likely going to be a continuation of the uptrend way back on over here when this thing was edging towards a golden cross, and more importantly, putting in a higher low, actually simultaneously in this one. Then we said, hey, first and foremost, be looking for a move to about 28 and a quarter or so, and then a breakout on a daily closure above about 28 and a half would be get the next targets all the way up to about 33 to 34, of which we're at right now. Now, do I think that this is actually going to stop right here? You know, maybe short-term timeframes do spend a little bit of time going sideways, although it doesn't necessarily look like that in the 4 hour. In fact, volume's still pouring on this one, which is really, really good signal. And we also did identify that this does actually have a bit of an inverted head and shoulders, specifically seen on a 5-day right here, which does have a measure move significantly higher as well, somewhere around the low 40s actually, so somewhere between about 40 to 41 and a half or so. So looking pretty damn good right there. And this is actually a really, really good setup at the same time. Anyways, we have the tried and true. We got trend continuation. We have volatility expanding, and we do have momentum oscillators also on the 5-day reaching towards the bullish control zone as well. I'm curious if we see any sort of short-term signals. Daily obviously has a golden cross right here. We see the continuation above the 200 simple alongside, again, expanding volatility. Daily Jewel did catch the move down around here, still giving positive curvature on that, so that is good. It is getting more aggressive there, so I don't know how much more this one has to go before a daily pullback, but let's see where exactly we're at right now. Yeah, we actually did clear above the last prior set of highs. So I would be looking for continuation probably for the next week, maybe 2 weeks, all the way up to low 40s. And same thing on daily RSI right here as well. Actually very, very good. Anyways, go check out the short-term timeframes for what it's worth. 4-hour, hidden bullish evidence right off the last 4-hour low. Beautiful. Not always going to have an example like that. By the way, that's a pretty exaggerated example, but pretty damn good. Anyways, most importantly, I wouldn't really be looking for a short-term pullback on a 4-hour time frame until we see BBWP get at least into like the low 90s, preferably higher than that. But right now, we're just kind of edging our way up there in the like mid to upper 80s for right now. But I would be looking for that to trade a little bit higher before a little bit of a short-term pullback in this case. Bi-hourly, what are we looking like? Just looks like continuation right here as well. This one already did get actually into the red zone about 96 percentile. So that that consolidation looks like it's already over. RSI tells the story on that one. And hourly, what are we looking like right here as well? Hourly actually is going to be a pretty damn good time frame, especially on these trending moves. And what do you know, hidden bullish evidence on that last low right there. Yeah, I would feel confident saying that this one probably is ready to roll once again. We've even seen BBWP come all the way down below 50 percentile, which is typically good enough. Lower, obviously going to be better for a more long-term resolution, but in that case, it is just an hourly, and we're looking at, a daily, weekly move right there. Anyways, checking out momentum oscillators over here. I just want to do a very brief check on this one, and then we'll talk about invalidations on this one as well. But looking at daily link, we do see Stokes will remain to the upside as long as it's above 31.5 bucks, looking good right there. 5-day is 28.5, and weekly is 18. So I do think that this one still has a little bit to go. Obviously trading above all my super guppies right there as well, which is good. And we can go over here on link, and let's see, are we trading above any sort of topside shoulder bands right now? Yes, indeed we are. Daily did close this nice girthy green dildo above it. Now we are just already back tested the topside of it at about 33 and 9 cents. You look, as long as this condition is met, I'm looking for continuation like today, tomorrow, essentially, and I'd keep a short-term area in mind with the wick highs of this area right here. That's going to be 35.5 or so. I'd probably be looking for a short-term pullback around there, and then very likely continuation maybe over the next week or two towards those deeper targets in the low 40s, that is. Now, of course, this always comes with an invalidation point, and what are we looking like right here? Where was your breakout? Well, your breakout was essentially in the basically about 30 bucks or so. So as long as things above 30 bucks, it is looking all well and good in the hood, and Link looking strong, looking pretty damn strong, especially on pretty much all time frames right now. So there you go, Mr. Sir. All right, nice one. You want to look at Nokia? That's a great Finnish company. Nokia, we make a phone. There's some bullshit like that. Nokia. Yes, I work for Nokia. We do not talk to other people. Finnish people do not talk to other people, by the way. So it's very funny to hear that they've actually created a phone. It's strange. Anyways, daily hidden bullish divergence right here. Obvious uptrend. Let's see, what time frames were you looking at? You did not give any time frames. That's a really good thing to be asking over the internet. No context, but we do have a golden cross on the weekly coming up here. Bullish on the weekly as long as it's above about 585. I'd be looking for general continuation. All momentum oscillators are bullish right now. Long term, pretty shitty chart. Very shitty chart long term. We got a shitty chart right here on the loose, but I would be looking for continuation towards like 6.5 to towards 6.5 to 660 first before anything else, and then maybe come back to it after that. Again, don't know what time frames you're looking at there, but well, that would be a good thing to do, is include the time frame, because then you never know. Anyways, Wally Saurus says, can we take a look at Hex? Should I exit? Well, that's always a question that you have to answer for yourself. I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. But would I be exiting based off this? I mean, that's still a bullish chart. That's still, it literally just closed on the optimize on a weekly. This is not a top yet. It is going to create some bearish divergence on a daily, but not yet. I mean, this is literally making new highs already, and if it's already making new highs, and we don't even have a local high just yet, so it literally need to make a local high, come back down, pop up, and make a slightly higher high at the very least. And then we could have some bearish divergence, and then we could maybe talk about pullback targets. But until then, this is still continuation. Even some hidden bullish difference on that last 4-hour call right there. BBWP is very, very high, so I don't know if this one has too much more to go. But daily does Daily's still kind of muted at 87 and 3/4 percentile right there. Let's see, where would the next area of interest be to the upside? Granted that, I think we got basically 40 to 43 cents or so. So yeah, tech's still looking good. I mean, volume signature on that last break to the upside as well is good. You know, I don't really have any major issues with this thing, even on like a 4-hour time frame, as long as you're above above 30 cents. Not bad for Hex. Let's see. Henry Waneker says, "Hey, Krown, I have Mara September 17 40 calls. I bought for 350. All right, let's bring this one up first. So this is a Bitcoin miner, I believe, or something to that tune. Seems like you're on higher term timeframes right here. All right, so you bought the you bought the September regulars, 40 strike calls for 350. Just wondering if you can view the 4-hour daily on Mara and share if Bitcoin stays bullish." This one does look a little bit short-term toppy right here. So you bought the 40. Okay, yeah, you bought the 40 strike calls for 350. So you're basically break even right now. This is why I do not like buying premium in general. I would actually be looking for a pullback on this one first and foremost. Probably early this week towards like 42. I wouldn't say that this one's toppy, however. So those do expire when 17th. So that's 10 days away from now. Those are pretty much all premium after Wednesday. So kind of better to just buy stock if you want to buy stock. Now, this is obviously not a bearish chart right here. It's not a toppy chart just yet. The question is, are you going to be in profit by the time that expiration comes around? I do think I would still favor the upside, especially as long as this thing's above about $40. But you know, you're going to be eating a loss at that point. Obviously, you're below your, basically right around your strike price, and you know, you lose a premium in that case. But I do expect that this one probably does continue onwards and upwards from here. It just looks kind of sloppy. Momentum oscillators show a bit of a different picture. This is, you know, this continuation right here for the RSI specifically. So I'd favor the higher term timeframes here, and then probably, well, you can make the decision for yourself, but I would be looking for continuation over the next couple weeks here towards those prior highs. Make of that, you know, as you will, sir. Cole Evans says, "Hope you had a good weekend, brother." Thanks, man. I did. Elsa took me out on a nice date, and it was really, really nice. We had a great steak, and it was oh so worth it. Cardano USD, Binance. Yeah, we can check this one out as well. This would be a good one to record here too. Cardano, Binance, and where's my Cardarpio? Cardarpio, I found you. There you are. Okay, and you are looking at what time frame, sir? You're looking at it closed daily below 290, but jumped up last minute on the 2-day, then below 290 again. What is the what relevance for that, sir? The 290 is not relevant for a daily. To be fair, this is still a bull sharp. Anyways, I'm gonna record this one. All right, here we have Cardarpio, or Cardano as some people know it, symbol ADA versus the dollar, being requested by Mr. Cole Evans. We're looking at a general overview of this one. Still a very nice and orderly consolidation at a high level right here. We do see, or do we see, let me just put on my drawing tools right here. Yeah, we got something like this going on. I draw a perspective uptrending line kind of governing this perspective ascending triangle, which is a reaccumulation formation at a high level. Obviously, they do have some sort of an event coming up, like their smart contracts or something, of which I've heard that there's, you know, maybe some issues with that. Who would have thought? But hey, at the end of the day, I don't look for a reversal in this thing, especially as long as you're above the 21 in this case. You know, closing the daily above all major moving averages is not in any way, shape, or form concerning to myself in this nice little consolidation. And more importantly, this also happened over the weekend as well, so you kind of can't expect a bit of sloppiness here. Anyways, my conditions for getting or looking for a daily reversal are still the same on this one. Below 250, very bad. Below 270, basically below 270, probably look for a greater consolidation, maybe a reversal on the daily. But for right now, looking at the 4-hour time frame, you know, this one does look like it wants to range a little bit more. And again, this was a perspective trend line right here. It wasn't really based off of all that much. Should probably end up being something a little bit more like this if I had to guess. But for right now, it does look like short-term timeframes do want to range a little bit more, probably back down to like low 280. But overall, the conditions for looking for a breakout on this one are pretty much the same. Not on a 4-hour, or if you do want to use a 4-hour, I'd be looking at 304, which I believe is what we said on Friday, or last Friday, that is. On a daily, anywhere above the last daily high, which is basically 302. I'd be looking for continuation, and we do have a measure move on this one as well towards about 330 or so over the next few days. And again, we do see that volatility is actually on the ground throughout this whole consolidation. Now, I don't think that this one's ready just yet. I think it will actually spend a little bit more time within here. But if this thing does actually pop back above yesterday's high, we will confirm another drive of hidden bullish divergence right here. And at that point, I would be looking for the resolution, you know, relatively soon after that. Anyways, looking at our momentum oscillators over here, let's just see what's most likely on the short-term time frame specifically here. And let's go down to a 4-hour. Yeah, 4-hour looks a little more range to me. Probably does come back down somewhere around about 280 or so. It's not problematic though. Again, doesn't really even break the short-term time frame range. That would be below about 270, 271 if you want to be, or sorry, 273 to be super exact. 4-hour Stokes remain to the upside as long as above 285. Currently 4 cents above, it looks like right now. By hourly is going to be showing what? Currently down as long as below 294, and hourly shows what? 291 is the magical number on this one as well. 12 hours going to be down as long as below 297, and daily is going to be down as long as below 303. So if you do want to make this one a little more simple, and of course this is not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor. Yesterday's daily high is essentially a good continuation point on this one. Technically speaking, you want to see a closure above there, and then yes, I would be looking for the first move up to about 330, probably continuation towards the 272 or the 414 after that, which is like mid $3 or so. So still looking good right there. I don't really have any reasons to not be daily bullish on it as long as it's above about 250. Again, warning signals below about 270. So hopefully that was helpful. And there you go, sir. Nice one. Let's see. Jack, there he is. Ethereum, Bitcoin, short and medium term. Let's check it out. I imagine this one's looking pretty damn good. Just as an aside, like this chart has actually also been a little bit more, obvious in terms of, like long-term direction, because you do expect this to be, well, I guess long-term bullish if we're going to see a generally bullish market. Now, we still have not met the measure move off of this as a falling channel. Very rarely do I put falling channels on my charts here, but this actually does work as one. You see a perfect retest right there, and the resolution is exactly what you'd be expecting to see. And the measure move on this still is pointed up towards about 8.5, a little bit above 8.5 million Satoshis. Now, you did ask about short and medium terms. Let's go down to a daily right here. Short term, a little bit of sideways and down, I imagine, as Bitcoin does get going. Because remember, just because I'm going to be somewhat bullish, I guess, on Ethereum does not necessarily mean that Ethereum Bitcoin pairing is going to be bullish itself, especially when Bitcoin gets going, which I do believe that Bitcoin is, starting to get going. Bitcoin is starting to go right now. Short term, can we come down all the way to like 7.5 million Satoshis? Maybe yes. I don't have any major issues with this at all, as long as it's above about 7.4 million Satoshis, however. So short term, probably a little bit of sideways and downside range. If I had to guess, I don't feel too strongly about that. I mean, if I'm going down to an hourly, this one's actually putting a bit of a short-term low right here. Probably rallies back towards 7.7 million Satoshis. I just don't think that is, necessarily ready just yet. We can go look at it from a momentum oscillator perspective as well and just see if there's anything that's super obvious right here. Yeah, daily is going to be down as long as below about 7.92 million Satoshis. 4 is going to be down as long as below 7.7. And hourly is going to be up as long as we are above 7.5. So probably very, very short term time frame, bounce first, maybe a little bit more range after that. I'd probably be looking for a resolution later this month on this one. This one's already kind of had its move for the medium term on the daily specifically. So long term, I'm still very much bullish on this, but short term, extremely short term, bit of a bounce. Medium term, probably range a little bit more and test, maybe test downside back down to like 7.4, 7.5 million Satoshis, and then probably resolution here too, as we do see that the daily jewel has actually lost its positive curvature, and we no longer have that beautiful upside signature that we had all the way back from like 26th of August over here. So I think that this one is essentially consolidating right now, to put it bluntly. Anyways, Killer Bear, what's up, man? Matic, okay, we can look at Matic. I think I have them on my list over here. Let's see, Matic versus the dollar at 170.07. Yeah, looking pretty good here. And this would be a one worth recording as well. Actually, quite simple chart, in fact. Here we have Matic, Polygon. Yeah, Polygon symbol Matic, M-A-T-I-C, versus the dollar, being requested by Mr. Killer Bo. I thought it was Killer Bear, actually, 95. He must be born in 1995, huh? 90s, baby. Anyways, we do have a little bit of a continuation drive right here as well. What is this, a trend? Do we have volatility as well? Hey, volatility is starting to expand above the moving average on this, and we both have positive slopes there. Good. And we also have momentum. Hey, hidden bullish evidence back in the bullish control zone. Nice and simple on this one. Now, in this case, we should probably go down to the lower term timeframes. We can probably generate a bit of a range somewhat better. In this case, we got 174 on a 4-hour to the upside versus about 161.25 to the downside. I would be looking for a bit of sideways within this range still, and then very likely an upside resolution. If I had to guess, over the sometime a little bit later this week. I don't feel too confident on like timing of that, and not that I ever do. It doesn't really matter in my opinion. But ultimately, the 5 days is the next most important thing that can be confirming a greater extension of this move. In this case, probably targeting around your $2 highs or so. That will be confirmed, or sorry, 5 day will confirm hidden bullish evidence right here of a couple drives on this one. after consolidating right around the bullish control zone as well. By the way, tomorrow, not tonight, but tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern time, and if it closes basically anywhere above, especially anywhere above 169, that will be confirmed, and I would be looking for a general move up somewhere around $2, a little bit north of $2, perhaps over the next week or two. It would look pretty damn good. Again, volatility is increasing right here, although probably better seen on a daily. Yes, indeed. Daily Jewel sells is positive curvature as well, looking good right there. 4 hours, just a bit of a range, and we can now go take a quick look here and see if there's anything of particular interest. Hourly is short-term up. Yeah, I'll be looking for this one to pop back up towards 174, 175 region. 4 hour is doing what? Ranging still. And daily is going to be upside maintained as long as we're above basically 148 or so, which looks like it will be for right now. Of course, it always comes with an invalidation point on the other side. Or sorry, I think we already kind of got to towards that, but that would be below about 160 problems. But until then, sideways and up is the name of the game. This one's looking pretty damn good. And Matic, not bad. Not bad at all, actually. There you go. Hopefully that was helpful, sir. Nice one. Mr. Leor, what's up, man? Morning to you as well. AVAX USD, 4 hour daily weekly. People love this AVAX, huh? I keep on reading about it. What is this? Is this Avalanche? It is Avalanche. Should we record this one? Maybe it's worth it. Maybe it's not. Pretty simple chart right here. I don't know when I did this one last, but here we have Avalanche, symbol AVAX. AVAX, so that's definitely going to be moderated by the YouTube. By Mr. Leor. He's looking at a 4 hour daily and weekly. Targets for Moon or Doom. Well, targets for Moon is always infinity. Targets for Doom is always 0. So that's unhelpful, sir. Maybe something a little bit more relatable. How about that? We can see right here on the daily a very obvious trading range from the last time that charted this. I think this was like back on 1st of September. And this one actually is looking for resolution relatively soon. The problem with this one is that because the last like high or low was so far long ago, it's like, where do you even draw that from? Jesus Christ, yeah, I guess it was like early August. Anyways, this is a nice order consolidation at a very high level. And this is kind of what I was talking about on Bitcoin as well, where you see a nice big move to the upside after a big base was built, and then a long form consolidation around the highs without giving up too much. Whenever you see something like that, it's usually a really, really good sign. Just a general sort of thing is that markets typically, in my experience, do not give you 2 times to sell the fucking high. Yes, I do know that there's such thing as called a double top, but those typically only get scalp plays, of which you got that right here. Usually it's going to be continuation, and every once in a while you actually will see a macro double bottom, macro double top that actually does hold, but very, very rarely in my experience. Anyways, on this one right here on the 4 hour, again, sideways is the name of the game. I would be short term looking for some upside. However, hidden bullish evidence right here. Volatility is on the floor. 4 hour Jewel just fired off a somewhat fresh signal. Resolution would be above about 51 and a quarter on a 4 hour closure. Sorry, let me just about $51 on a 4 hour closure. And then, yes, I would be looking for the next move to occur. In this case, probably brings it up to new all-time highs. Make a bit of a measure move off of a what is known as a rectangle like this, which is just a reaccumulation formation in this case. Would be suggesting about $65 as the technical target. And then what we also could do is draw these fibs, which is also in line exactly with the 1414 right there for a short-term target, and would also put this one on new all-time highs. Long-term, where would I be looking for this one? Probably in, oh my fucking god, man, this thing can actually really, really run right here, because it would be in price discovery. Really good volume on that move too. Okay, understand this is a long term right here. So if you really are asking about Moon, this would be more of like the Moon analysis. 170 to 200. Again, long term, I mean, probably looking like months down the road, but this is a really, really good setup right here. Actually, again, the only way that a turnaround to bearish on this one is below $39. That would be my validation. Looking for a move all the way down to about 29.5. But until that happens, man, this is good. Very, very good. Daly's actually having a fresh signal right here as well. Jesus, man. Powerful AVAX. Powerful. If it does fail at the top side of the short-term range, once again, I would be looking for another drive down towards like the low 40s. But again, I do not switch around towards bearish on this one. So cracks back down below technically $39 or so. Hopefully that was helpful. And there you go, sir. Nice one. Wizard Hack says Bepro on the daily and lower time frames. Sure. Okay, we can look at this one right here. Let's see. What is this? What is this doing? Looking pretty good. 4 hour is short-term upside. I'll be looking for about 1.5 cent or so. Oh, 1.5 cent, nice. It's all about the percentages though. Daily is the setup right here though. Hidden bullish evidence off the last low, back in the bullish control zone. Daily BBWP is starting to expand, but I want to see it get above the moving average on that one. That's when I start to look for like the actual big move. In this case, resolution on this whole formation with the daily closure above about 1.5 cents spot, or 1.53 cent. There we go. How about try that? And then I'd be looking for an extension back around about 1.86 cent, and then probably general continuation. Again, it's market analysis right now, not necessarily individualistic analysis, but this is not a bad chart. Long term, it's it's always held the lows and been in a general uptrend, which is good. Can't say that about most things. Wouldn't be surprised to see this thing tag around to all-time highs, assuming that the rest of the market does stay strong here. But next key would be above that 1.5 or so cent region. All right, cool. Let's see. Justin Myers says, "Hello, good sir. Hello, good sir. Good morning to you, good sir. Quick USD on Poloniex. Wow, man. Do people even remember Poloniex? Man, you have to be like an OG now to even remember Poloniex in the troll box there, which was legendary. Oh, sorry, this is Binance. Shitty Binance, and go to Poloniex because it's our other shitty exchange. Go to shitty Poloniex instead of shitty Binance. Get your fucking shitty walks over there. Look, this thing certainly not strong, certainly not the most interesting chart of all time, certainly relatively weak than the rest of the market. This one only benefits from the broad strength around, and I mean, this does look like a consolidation, right? A healthy consolidation right here. It's just sloppy. Probably looking for another retest of like 750 to 760. Again, it's mostly assuming that the rest of the market stays healthy here. Problems obviously below on a 4 hour about 560 or so. That's where I start to invalidate that. But for right now, it's a sloppy altcoin. I don't really see or at least this pretty unhelpful as a chart, to be honest with you. But if I had to call it, you kind of got to go with the direction of the market right now that does trump everything else. But again, below that level, this thing will get not just hurt, it'll get fucking hammered, as that is the least inspiring chart that we've seen today, actually, by far. Scott Barney. Oh, there he is. Mr. Barney's back. The ass muncher is here. I've been working on my fecal transplant, sir. It's really, really good. My immune system's fucking strong, man. I can take on that C virus. You know which one I'm talking about. No need for the old AVAX for me. Sorry, really going deep right there. Okay, cool. FTT targets before pullback. Again, this is not a signal service. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? All right, here we go. I can record this one too, actually. I like this thingy. Okay, here we have FTX token. The ticker is FTT. There's a confusing one for Elsa. This one being requested by Mr. Barney, and he's looking for, where's the next pullback? I want to do a general overview of this one. This one obviously closing on new all-time highs for the last weekly is definitely bearish. Just kidding. No, looking pretty damn good here. Even just got a fresh drive of hidden bullish evidence, or I guess it's not so fresh, but did get it confirmed. It looks like yesterday. Anyways, on top of that, I would be looking for general continuation here. This was done on volume, by the way, and we do see on the daily. Consolidating within the bullish control zone, never a bad thing, obviously, and this is coming alongside of an expanding volatility signature. We're only at about an 85.5 percentile right now, or actually 84.5 percentile. I would be looking for this one to get into the deep 90s before looking for a high on this one. Daily Jewel still good as well, and it's just trend continuation here. So what do we have? Trend, volatility, momentum. It's so crazy. Doesn't need to be anything more complicated than that. And 4 hours just continuation right here as well. 4 hour is about to give off hidden bullish evidence on the next closure, and this one's already increasing on BBWP. So where the next sort of areas of interest be? Not that I am a target giver, but areas that I'd be looking towards. Oh Jesus! All right, let me get rid of this because we are looking at a macro move right here. So I should plot the weekly on this one. Yeah, short term would be about $72 or so. I'd be looking for a bit of a short term pullback around there. Long term, when I say long term, we're talking like months down the road. I actually can't believe I'm saying this, but 130 to 150 is not out of the question. That is again long term. Where would invalidation point be? Where would I actually get bearish on this and let go of those ideas? The obvious point would be below your 58 spike low right here, and your no questions asked zone would be about 53 and a quarter. But I would say that below about 58 and whatever the change was right there would be bad enough, and I would be looking for something. I would not be looking for the upside to occur in the manner that I just kind of spoke about right there. Let's go check it out over here as well. See what momentums oscillators are saying for right now. Actually, this is going to be less helpful than this right now. By the way, Link looking good on that liftoff right there. Powerful Link. Yeah, daily's gonna have a chance to trend above the top side Toronto band. Any sort of a closure today above 67 and a quarter is gonna look really, really good for continuation today to that next set of targets, and then a bit of consolidation after that. Weekly is also grounded up against your top side Toronto band. This thing really does look like wants to go into a macro trending format right here. This is good. Very, very good. So FTX token, SAM token, looking strong, sir. Nicely done. All right, nicely done. Hey, it's a nice Monday. Hey, what's up, MF Pump? There he is. Shaunatova, good friend. Shaunatova, my good friend as well, sir. I salute you, my man. Opie F and Taylor says, I'm seeing a rounding top with 52,000 being the high and downhill from here, or am I full of sheet? Look, you can see whatever you want to see, but how do you see? Or my question to you would be, look. Look, you can see whatever you want to see, but I don't want to like convince someone of what I think. I'm just giving out information as to why I think what I think, and then you can, you know, take that as you will or take it not as you will. If you're seeing a rounding top right here, what I can say is that I respectfully disagree. This is by fucking definition not. Sorry. I fail to see what you're seeing, but maybe I need to see a chart from you. I do want to remain open-minded, obviously. But yeah, I think I'll just leave it at that for now. This would not be my definition of a rounding top. Actually, quite literally the opposite. Momentum oscillators are completely disagreeing with that statement right now. They're not just disagreeing with that statement. They're saying that statement is not really a consideration currently. Again, I'm happy to get bearish on this price action, but my conditions for that are very, very clear. Very fucking clear right here. Daily needs to be at least below 48.5 before I start to consider major bearish possibilities, and then below 47 is humongously bearish, but I wouldn't say humongously bearish after like a fucking 60% rally, but you know, I'd be looking for some actual downside. Other than that, man, look, you're a free human being. You can see whatever you want to see, and that's completely fine, and that's why we have markets, you know, so people can disagree. Shiva Ram says targets on FTM daily. Thank you, sir. Again, this is not a fucking target service of God. But I can give you my opinion on it if that's what you're asking for in a more clever way. Let's see. Oh, closed on the all-time highs. That's definitely bearish, right? Looking pretty good here, man. Look, you didn't even give me a fucking time frame, man. Like, how could I give you targets? It's like, okay, what's the target on an hourly? Well, it's going to be completely different than a target on a fucking weekly. That's something to consider. Targets on a daily, FTM, have a good day, sir. And I'm basing my whole fucking financial life on that statement. It's like, no time frames given, no criteria, no preferences given. Oh man. Look, the reason why I'm giving you a little bit of shit about something like that isn't because I'm trying to be an asshole. It's because, you know, at some point you're probably going to ask that to someone on the internet or just wherever, and they're going to give you like a very definitive answer, and they're not going to, how could they know what's right for you other than what you could know for yourself when they don't even know the preferences or don't even know the fucking time frames? You know, it's just definitely something to consider, man. Anyways, looking at this right here, I guess I already have it up. Let's see. We are at the 414. I'd probably be looking for a bit of a short-term pullback around here. You can maybe even argue that we've already kind of seen it. Nah, this is not pulling back right here. This is still strong. This is still really fucking strong. I think that we've already seen the pullback. Technically speaking, you know, long-term, I'd probably be looking somewhere around about 2.5 to 275 or so before the next like major daily pullback. 4 hour, let's see, where would I start to switch around my opinions on this? Actually, this is a lot more easy. In fact, I guess I'd just be looking for general upside continuation as long as you're above about a $1.01. Kind of leaves a lot of risk to the downside. So this is an unhelpful analysis, man. You know, I don't even really have I wouldn't even have an answer for you even if I did know your preferences, because what I can tell you is that this one's obviously in a macro uptrend, and I would be looking for general upside over the long period of time. Short term though, I'm not very confident on here. I'm really not confident on the short term right here, and I want to shoot straight on that. I do think it could very easily pull back to like 115 or so, but that would just be another opportunity, another higher low. 4 hour just says continuation from here. Think of that as you will, but the easy time frames are the weekly right now. If this thing popped back down to like low $1, that would be a very obvious area, at least in my opinion. Long term, I think that this one still has some more highs to go. This is a very good chart, very fucking good chart right there. Dan Dea says, great. Hey man, thank you. I appreciate that. Can you do one of the fantastic overviews, but this time for Ethereum Bitcoin? Yeah, we kind of already did that. So I think we're probably good there, and I'm just getting to this comment a little bit later. Let me know if you want to see something like very specific though, but if you are just asking about long term, we didn't really address that too much earlier. You know, look, man, I'm still looking at like 0.11 long term. It's a really fucking good chart, man. Really, really good chart right there. Long term, that is. Short term, I think we said extremely short term was like a little bit of a bounce. Medium term was range more or less, and long term continuation still looking good. Cruxy, hello sir. Poles USD, okay, on Binance. Thanks fam. What's up? Hello fam. Good to see you fam. Let's see. Okay, so this is rather unhelpful as a chart. All right, here we go. Now we have a little bit more history. Daily's looking good, but did you ask for that? Yeah, well, 4 on 12 or whatever. This is close enough. Hidden bullish divergence on the last couple lows right there. That's good. BBWP is somewhat expanding, maybe shows better on a 12-hour. Nope, it's actually still low right here, but this is very obviously continuation. 12-hour RSI is the most obvious one right here, and we do see that it is within the format of not just an uptrend, but also a reaccumulation formation. Would be known as an ascending triangle right here. Could make a measure move on this one, assuming that it does break out the top side of it, which it looks like it wants to like right now, which is 250. Other than that, I don't really have strong opinions on it. Not really a whole hell of a lot of history here. 4 hours looking good as well. Another drive of hidden bullish evidence right here. In fact, the 4 hour is probably the easiest chart, if anything. 4 hour Jewel just got a pretty damn good signature right there, actually, and we do see that volatility is increasing. I think that this one probably does take the leg up today. It looks very good. Invalidation on this one below about 190 or so. Things change around there, but for right now, very, very good. Very good. Hey, what's up, Rejack? What's up, man? Can we please look at Rune? Yeah, we can look at Rune. Where this one is. Let me see how many videos I've done today thus far. I think Rune is somewhat popular. Maybe it's not as popular as much, but or as much anymore. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe we hold off for now. Pretty easy chart though, at least on the 4 hour. What you requested as a 240-minute. Daily looks the same thing as well. Actually, we got a nice little ascending triangle right here. Maybe we do record pretty simple on this one. All right, here we have Rune, or actually this one is called Thorchain. Thorchain symbol Rune, R-U-N-E, versus the dollar being requested by Mr. Rejack. We're going to do a general overview of this one. This one actually rather simple. As long as this one is above the daily 21 exponential average right here, which is 980, I do look at this as a reaccumulation formation. Obviously, we do have an upturn right here as well. And all major moving averages are in a bullish posture with volatility on the ground. So this consolidation is to be considered first and foremost a very healthy consolidation leading towards, well, continuation in this case. Anyways, did I already draw this in? No, I didn't. Something like this. Now, you could make a bit of a measure move on this one for that short-term time frame pattern right there, which I'm not, I'm not a humongous pattern trader, but I would be looking for a general move up just below $13 if, assuming that it does break, which looking at the 4 hour looks like it is pretty damn mature within this. We also see BBWP is on the absolute ground right there as well. And 4 hour RSI is giving off a couple drives of hidden bullish divergence. So I do expect that this one's rather mature. Volume somewhat good on that last move, although I don't know how much this thing necessarily trades. Of course, it always comes with an invalidation point on the other side, which would be about 9.5 on this one. As long as you're above there, generally good. And I do favor the upside, not just for that short-term move, but very likely long-term continuation, of which next areas of interest would be all the way actually up here at around about $14 to about $15 actually. With potential for more over time. I mean, this is a pretty damn good setup. It looks like we very likely do have, I imagine the inverted head and shoulders will show up, yeah, on this time frame right here, the 3-day, rather powerful time frame. Again, I'm doing a bunch of patterns right now, but I'm really not a big pattern trader. I'm just curious where this one would line up with. Oh, hey, what do you know? It lines up with that $14 to $15 target. Can it go for more over time? Yes, but and I probably would expect it to, because this one actually has a really good history. In fact, going all the way back to 2019. But I'd want to see it clear above and close at least a daily above about $14 first before I start to look towards new all-time highs. As far as the monthly goes, and not the best monthly, of them all, but it did actually confirm hidden bullish evidence on the last closure. So I suppose, good right there as well. Everything's kind of lining with continuation right here. Again, risk below about $9.5. Until that happens, I'm looking for continuation right here. All major moving averages are bullish. Short term would be what? It was like $14 or right under $14, and then more medium term would be about $14 to $15. Sorry, this was right below $13 for the short term. Medium term more like 14 to 15, and you start to close above there, and probably looking at move towards your all-time highs and beyond. But take it one step at a time, sir, because time does trudge along ever so slowly now, doesn't it? All right, hopefully that was helpful, and there you go, sir. Miguel Alvarez, can you take a look at MTV? Just one, please, just one. We can look at MTV. We maybe get to Luna later, because typically people do want to look at that. I'm guessing you want to look at the cryptocurrency version of this. Actually, very good chart. Wasn't expecting to see that. Very, very good chart. Closing on all-time highs on volume is never a bad signal. Weekly is powerful as all fuck. All right, we can do something like this then. We can do something like this. Already broke above the 414, and even based on there with today's low, that's really fucking good. I'd be looking for this one long term to work its way up towards 3.5 cent and then 5 cent. Very, 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 very good right here. Short term, do we see a bit of a pullback first? This one looks like continuation right now. Where's your invalidation below about? Oh, this is unhelpful, man. This is just unhelpful right here. But it would be below about 1.5 cent. A lot of risk, if you do enter right there. But for right now, it does look good, and you are kind of playing out that move. Marina, man. Marina M. Marina, you're definitely Greek. You're definitely Greek, which people always ask me if I'm Greek or Italian, in fact. But man, that last name, girl, is very fucking difficult to say. So I'm just going to call you Marina M. And hopefully we can do that with respect and it's all good. Good morning and good week to all. Hey, good to you as well. And thank you for the nice positive message. Would you check VRA 1 hour to daily? Sure. Much love and respect for your work from Alaska. Oh, so you're a Greek person in Alaska. That's like a reversal of what your ancestors experienced environmentally, isn't it? Anyways, I will get off my fucking tirade of stupid comments like that, and we can go look at veracity on Coin. Some bullshit like that. Coin. Let's see. What are we looking like right here? It looks like we already hit the measure move on this one. Good. What are we doing right now? Looks like a reaccumulation for right now. As long as this thing's trading above the 4 hour 21, which is about 4.5 cents, I look at this as, you know, trend in motion right here. This one's pretty much already at its per all-time high. Did not close on new all-time highs, but, you know, usually when you get this close anyways, you might see a bit of a small pullback. Then again, I look at the weekly. You know, if this thing pulls back to like 4.4 cents, 4.5 cents, that's completely fine. Long term, though, I'd be looking for this one to make new highs. This is really, really good. If you're asking about the daily specifically, you know, when you get into price discovery like this, you really need to be looking at the higher term timeframes to get anything, you know, relevant. So what I'd be looking towards next, probably 6.3 cent. Look for a consolidation between there and about 5.25. Long term, you know, assuming that it can start to close dailies above 6.3 or 6.5, we'll say, I'd be looking for big moves up towards, you know, the deep teens. Actually, in this case, kind of crazy to say. Short-term timeframes, where did I change my mind around on this one? Below about 4 cent problems. That's where I wouldn't necessarily be short-term, medium-term bullish anymore. Daily would actually still be fine around there. Daily would start to lose its good formations below about 3.5 cent. Let's see, double check and confirm that. Yeah, about 3.5 cent right there, 3.6 cent to be exact. But this one actually looks like it's ready to go. Let's see what momentum I'll sort of say. Volatility is still expanding right here, but we're not. Okay, yeah. The moving average does stay positive right there. Jesus Christ, I'm struggling with my words today. Daily Jewel still with its upside curvature, but that's getting pretty damn extended. So I do think this one is looking for a pullback somewhat soon. The question is, do you get one more short-term move to the upside first? I think so, yes. Or at least I'd be looking for that, especially as long as this thing's above 4.5 cent. If you do lose 4.5 cent, at that point, I'd be looking for that move down to about 4 cent even below there. I would start to change my mind around on this one. But until that happens, I would be looking for probably another drive to the upside first. Volume on this one's really, 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 really good. So, you know, technically you do have the setup that I'm looking for. You got trend, volatility, momentum, but I probably would be looking towards the upside. I think this one's just sloppy because it's an altcoin here, and that's why it's kind of throwing me off. But overall, good. Hopefully that was helpful, Mrs. Maria M. or Marina M. JMB says Luna 4 hour daily. Yeah, we can do this one. This one would be one worth recording as well for Terra Luna. All right, here we go. Binance. Ooh, powerful. Wow, very fucking powerful chart. Here we have Terra Luna, symbol LUNA versus the dollar, being requested by Mr. JMB 488. We're going to be looking at a general overview right here. This one obviously closed on new all-time highs for the weekly. That is usually a very bearish signal, right? Right? Wouldn't say that just yet. However, this one does look a little bit short-term. Well, you know, here's what we can do on this one. We can come up with a bit of ranges right here. This one still is obviously this one is still obviously long-term very bullish. Let me just do a whole new chart. We can come up with some ranges right here. I would not switch around towards looking for a correction on a daily specifically, as long as it's above this higher low right here, which is 26 bucks and 80 cents. Below there, I would look for greater corrections down to low 20s before anything else. But for right now, hidden bullish evidence on the last low. We do see that BBWP is trending down. Got this whole consolidation, and thus far we do have another higher low right there, which is good. Short-term time frames like a 4 hour, more or less ranging here. I don't think you're going to see a breakout like today. I just want to be on the record as saying that this is generally good. I'll just be looking for short-term sideways, probably a little bit of downside after getting rejected from the top side of that, formation right there. But ultimately, I would be looking for a long-term resolution towards the upside. Again, assuming that you do not lose the 2680 level right there. Let's go over here to the 5-day and see what this one's looking like. Not really giving me too much on that one. What about the weekly? Yeah, the weekly actually could be a little bit toppy as well, to be fair. But you know, if this one actually does come back down and really crack back down below about 27 bucks on a weekly, that would start to actually populate regular bearish divergence right here. You actually have 3 drives, and that looked pretty damn bad for a big move down below $20. But for right now, you give it the benefit of the doubt. Let's go look at it on the trending charts over here. A little bit better. Let's see, is there anything obvious right here? Yeah, weekly still trending above the top side Toronto band as long as that condition is met, which right now would need to close this next weekly dildo above about $34.50. I would be looking for this one to generally glide higher, and targeted regions would be, or sorry, areas of interest would be, see, something like this is what I'd be looking towards. Oh, nice, you have a beautiful consolidation right at the 1414. That's good. Areas of interest would be first about $50, but that's not a big one. The big ones would be about 75 to $85, and then you got $100. It's just your round even number, obviously. But for right now, let's see what the daily looks like. Daily still a nice consolidation at a high level. Bollinger Bands are squeezing on this one, so we are looking for a resolution this week, maybe even early this week. 4 hours, just short-term range. So, I'd be looking for a little bit more short-term rangey action here. Long-term, though, still very good. Let's see if 4 hour Stokes agree with me. Actually, no, they disagree with me. Any sort of a closure. Oh no, this is healthily below it right now. So the next closure below 33 and 69 cents will force us back down, and I'd be looking for this one to trade back down somewhere around low $30. Or sorry, upper upper $28 to $29 or so. Play it a little bit more sideways and set up for a move a little bit later, perhaps this week or so. Still pretty good though. Still pretty damn good. Hopefully that was helpful right there for Terra Luna. Nice one. All right, let's see. Oh, Mr. Plums, he's here. Theta 1 day weekly from my mate Steve, the smoggy. Oh, here we go. Steve, you ready? At least Theta's not a complete pile of junk, but let's see. Yeah, hey, pretty good. Pretty good right here. Very, very nice. Breakout is real. We do see all major moving averages are bullish right now. We do see that it maintains the overall uptrend. We have a breakout of the uptrend. We got that on increasing and expanding volatility. Looking really, really good there, and daily RSI is back within the bullish control zone after playing out that hidden bullish evidence, and even daily Jules got a nice, good signal as well. So we got what? We got trend, we got volatility, we got momentum. Be looking for this one to make a leg up towards about 8.85, or basically $9 or so. Then I'd want to see a closure above about 9.5 for like the next actual move, which at this point probably does gun towards the prior highs on a weekly basis or so. The weekly looks really, really good here. If this thing did come down this week towards like 7.5, that would be an obvious, that would be an obvious opportunity in my opinion. And you kind of got a very bastardized inverted head and shoulders right here as well, which I will begrudgingly do the measure move on, although I really do not like these formations in general. Or I just don't like formations in general. Now to have a target towards a little bit above $11, at that point, you're basically closing on the all-time highs. So like not necessarily bearish, but I would just be looking at that move for right now. Monthly's okay. Actually one of the better charts long term. It does have a good amount of history right there, and it is generally up. So definitely respectable. Definitely respectable. I really like the daily right here. Nothing bearish to say about this thing as long as it's above about $7.5 again. Cool. Let me take a sippy sip of this one. I am damn thirsty right now. I see you, Barry. What's up, Barry Delive? I see you. Hey, Marina's here too. JMB, there he is. Who else do we have? Who can I suss out over here? I know Caretaker's on vacation right now. He's probably having himself a good and much needed rest. VH, what's up, man? Is anyone else here? Who else is here? Show your face, Jack Frost. There he is. What's up, man? I think all of our other moderators. Is Nimbo here right now? I don't know. Is Nimbo here, Elsa? Probably not. Probably a little bit too late for him. Okay, we got Mr. Tazco. What's up, man? Nope, we already got Cardano. And I'll actually upload a video on it a little bit later, Mr. Tazco. So probably just come into this one later, and it's all good. And let me know if there's like something very specific you wanted to see, but I can, and then we can come back to it. But again, I will put up a video on that one a little bit later. Crypto Nova says, hey, Krown, can you take a look at Super versus the dollar? 12-hour and daily? Sure. Let's see what we got right here. We got Super versus the dollar. This is Elio's coin right here. Actually starting to get some pretty interesting signals right here. It's definitely been a laggard, definitely not following the market as much as others, but this is actually a pretty damn good setup for what it's worth. We do see that it is, most importantly, actually holding above all major moving averages for right now. We do see, however, hidden bullish evidence is being populated, which will be confirmed as soon as today's daily digital closure, anywhere above about 94.5 cents or so. That would be alongside a daily Joule signature as well, which is generally good right here. And volatility, well, this one's still actually trending down. Let's see if the 12-hour is going to be better. Yeah, the 12-hour is really showing it right here. And I imagine that is just natural, because this is a little bit of a newer thing. Only got like a few months of history here. So I would be having general targets towards the top side of this current consolidation right here, which would be about 110. Do I think that actually breaks there? Look, I mean, when you see it this low, you probably are looking at a big move. It's actually never been this low in the history of it. More of a function of how new this thing is rather than like you know, how great and severe the signal will be. But that's coming alongside of a very good jewel signature right there as well. Same thing on 12-hour RSI. You got volatility and momentum, but you don't necessarily have trend just yet. Well, I mean, you do have historical trend on this one. But you know, the real continuation area is going to be about 110 on a 12-hour or daily closure. At that point, I'd really start to look towards. I mean, this thing can actually really run through this area. Oh, and that last move actually had some volume on it too. You know, I would generally say like a target towards about 150, but I do not think that things would stop there. If this thing gets going, it's gonna go to like 2 to 2.25. Because you know how these altcoins can run, especially when Bitcoin gets going as well. Doesn't look as impressive on a line chart, obviously, but got beat up a lot. But this is very obviously a setup right here. Short term, I'll be looking towards about a buck 05 to a buck 10 resolution on the whole formation above a buck 10 on one of those 12-hour or dailies, and then very likely continuation over time towards one of those more long-term targets. Very could get very nasty on that one. Let's see. Amir Mansour says, "Hey Krown, what's up, man? Can we take a look at hut.to?" Okay. Let's see. Sir, this is not working. This is not working. Maybe you just mean this, and it's on like an exchange TO. I don't see an exchanges like that. It's definitely unfamiliar to me. I do not know what you mean, unfortunately. So you need to come back and tag Elsa in a comment and ask her like, or tell her exactly the ticker that you want to look at. It could also just be that unfortunately TradingView does not have it, and then I'm kind of just limited by that. But maybe you know it by a different name, and then we can resolve that through a comment. But for right now, I can't pull that one up, unfortunately. Edward Preston Arco says, thoughts on CompUSD short term? Sure. USD. Oops. Derped up my own fucking typing right there, huh? Here we go. All right, comp versus the dollar right here. Looking good on the breakout. Again, a little bit of a laggard here, certainly. But long term, okay. Definitely got beat up to the downside in May. This one actually looks like it's breaking on the daily, like now, like this, this moment. Yes, technically I do have horizontal right here. That'd be on a wick basis. I think that you pretty much already got it. You do see daily jewel, you do see volatility, you do see daily RSI. I'd be looking for general continuation and probably another test somewhere around about 570 to 580 or so. Long term, any sort of a closure above there, I would be looking for extension towards your May breakdown levels. And definitely a laggard, but that would have a target of about $700 or so. You do see one long form reaccumulation formation here as well. Weekly, very fucking good actually. Very good right there. I would be biased towards the upside right here. Even got some hidden bullish evidence on the last low. The only way that I changed my mind around this one is below about 460. This one looks good. Again, volatility is actually looks really tasty on this one. Not bad. Don't know what the hell that thing is, but looks like it's ready for a bit of a run right there. As are most things. Isn't that weird in cryptocurrency land? Everything trades together. It's almost like looking at the same fucking chart 50 goddamn times. Crazy how that works. Not always, though. Not always, to be fair. Hey, what's up, Shell Wong Kim? We can look at Serum. We already looked at Matic, but we can definitely do Serum. You're looking at I think a daily, you said? Right? Daily and 4 hour. Okay, got it. Yeah, a little bit sloppy there, but is an altcoin after all. 4 hour actually kind of shows the way. Now let me see how many videos do I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I'm all videoed out today. 4 hour hidden bullish evidence on that last low. I'd be looking for short term up towards about 9.25, 920 or so, somewhere around there. Daily, it's not as obvious right here, but I suspect that this is just a continuation phase. Probably does tag a little bit higher towards 9.5. Weekly, where we at? Again, not as obvious on a weekly. Actually, the funniest thing is that it's not so funny, but the shorter term time frames are the more obvious ones right here. I'd be looking for a general move up to about $9.5. Closure above there, and I'd probably be looking for extension towards 10.25 over the next week or so. Again, this consolidation putting on declining volatility signature. Again, just with continuously putting in higher lows. This is continuation of trend right here. First and foremost, looking good. No majors with this one as long as above about 835, which you literally just put another low there right now. So it's actually quite a setup. To be fair. Denki says, hey man, appreciate that. FTM question. Okay. In at 15 cents, OG investment out at 85 cents. Remainder is long. Please speculate on FTM's potential up down for 21. There's no way for me to know like what December 31st of 2021 looks like for FTM, man. And if anyone's trying to sell you on something like that, man, they're trying to sell you on something, you know, some bullshit basically. Look, what I can tell you is that this is one of the best charts in cryptocurrency land right now. It's obviously closing on the all-time highs when most of the things are still consolidating below. That's a very, very good signal. Where do I think that things could be, you know, by end of year? I mean, look, you know, we're talking about like 4 months away, basically. Wouldn't be too far-fetched to say 150 is in the cards. Even $2 is in the cards as well. Just really depends how this next like consolidation goes, because this one's obviously trading like ahead of the rest of the market. I'd be looking for a local high though at 150 at the very least, and then come back to it after that. Other than that, man, there's absolutely no way for me to know anything like that, and don't want to fucking like I don't want to just, you know, talk about it, you know, out of my ass in that sense, because there's no way to do that. There's at least in my experience, there's absolutely no way to do something like that. Michelangelo, what's up, man? MTV Daily, I think we already got that one, so all good right there. Let me know if you want to look at something very specific though, because I am actually 100% sure that we did get that one. Chris says, hey Krown, can we take a look at AG? I'm guessing this is a stock right here. Let's check it out. Whoops. Oh, okay, he said I could skip it. All right, all good. All right, I'm guessing we're looking at this First Majestic Silver Corporation. Sounds legit. Sounds very legit. Oh, we got some beautiful rocks over here. What time frames are you looking at, sir? What time frames are you looking at? You're looking at daily, weekly. So I expect that you want to look at higher term time frames. I do think that this is one massive long-term reaccumulation. However, is it going to be resolved anytime soon? Probably not. This is a monthly, you know, for what it's worth. At best, it's ranging right here. I do think it's probably put in, you know, your next weekly low at about $11.50. But you know, just like when Bitcoin was putting its lows at the low $30,000 territory, you spend a lot of time ranging around there, and I expect that you'll be doing the same thing on silver as well, assuming that it does have a bullish resolution. Now, where's your problems on this one? Your big problems are below about 1066. Big fucking problems below there. Until that happens, you know, this is reaccumulation. It's just sloppy. It's just long, and I wouldn't look for a resolution on this one like. I wouldn't look for a resolution on this one like this year, that is. Maybe like end of 2022 or something like that. This is a quarterly, by the way. So it's still got a long time to go, and I'd be looking for basically a range between $14 and about $12 for, you know, the next month or two. Maybe it's going to take some time at best, and at worst, it'll actually just break that range to the downside. But that's kind of what we'd be looking at right there. Hey, what's up, Spencer Smith? Love you too, sir. There he is. XYO Daily Weekly. I'm gay to the moon. There we fucking go, man. What is this? XYO? Yeah, I think you asked about this one before. Let's see. Where's this one at? XYO. I guess we can only look at it versus Bitcoin. Interesting. Yeah, we've looked at this one before. Wow, holy shit, this one really did go to the moon. No, but it's already been to the doom. But yeah, this one still has some more to go, though. I mean, this is very clearly continuation right here after, I guess, an accumulation for actually a couple of years from 2019 to 2021. So not bad. I would be looking for, you know, a move up to about just under 4,700 Satoshis or so before the next sort of higher term time frame pullback. Long term, though, you know, I'm not going to tell you anything that you don't already know yourself. Where's your next major area of interest above that? About 6,600 Satoshis or so. Pretty damn good move here, though, to be fair. Only trades on KuCoin, only trades versus Bitcoin and Ethereum. Don't really see that too often, but fair enough. Not bad. Not bad, sir. Dan says, fully immersed in the Sol ecosystem. Sol USD daily, weekly. Sure, man. Wow, we haven't even recorded a video on Solana today. Man, it's been a busy day, I guess. We can do one though. We can do one. Should we? Oh, Jesus, this part's convoluted and not relevant anymore. Just wrecked all the targets. All right. Let's see. How do we want to do this? All right. Let's do the macro move here, because this one's, oh, it isn't a macro move, I guess. Okay, here we go. All right. We are currently almost at the 618 in this one, 165 or so. Did find the lows at the 272 right there, so that is good. I do expect that this one is going to trade a little bit more sideways on the short-term time frames and have an upside. Oh my god, man, this thing reminds me of like Ethereum in 2017, actually. Looking at something like this right now. I'm bullish on this one, even on the short-term timeframes, as long as it maintains this range. It is a rather wide range, about 130 to the downside. I do expect that you're going to spend a little more time going sideways there on the short-term timeframes, but daily next target would be 165 on a break of yesterday's high, basically, which is 150 and 3/4, or a 4-hour closure on new highs, which would be above about let's just call it 149 to make it nice and even right there. Weekly is literally just continuation once again. Nothing bearish about this chart yet. It's fucking extended, no doubt about that, but I need to see BBWP. I mean, BBWP did get pretty damn high right there, but I think you got maybe one more high at the least, and then I'd be looking for local highs at around, what exactly was that area? I think it was like 169 or 170 or something like that. Pretty damn good though. Below, however, I should talk about below 130. I would look for a nice corrective phase, actually all the way down to about $100 to 105. Take some time there. Oh man, we got a lot of comments today though. My voice is already wrecked. Oh, we're only an hour and a half into this. I think my lack of sleep last night's just fucking with me. Micah says Litecoin USD 4-hour daily weekly. Sure. Let's see. Where's my Litecoins? Litecoin, where are you? Show yourself. There we go. 228. Daily good. Breakout is real. Golden cross right here on the breakout. Hidden bullish evidence. Volatility is rising to the heavens at 81 82 percentile right now. It looks like I'll be looking for general continuation, probably to just under $300 on the daily and weekly here. Yeah. Weekly just populated another drive of hidden bullish evidence. I'd be looking further north here. Even the weekly volatility started to expand from a relatively low level. 4-hour, bit of a range. I imagine could easily come down to like 211, 213. But as long as you're above 211, especially on a 4-hour and especially on a daily, I'm looking for generally a continuation of upside trend. This one's definitely a laggard, but it's starting to play catch up right now, and I suppose that's good for Litecoin. Not bad. What's up, Dan? Oh, wait, nope. I skipped Mr. Tony Antoine. What's up, man? FTM USD. I think we just got... You say no to drugs, Juicy JK. Man, he has the best one-liners, the best songs, and he is the best rapper of all time alongside Gucci Mane. I think we've already looked at FTM for a second here. FTM, yeah, this one was looking pretty damn good. I think maybe we're looking at, no, it's just continuation on the short-term timeframes, even though I do think it's getting a little bit extended here. Wouldn't take too much to get a short-term pullback, but long-term continuation still implied. Looking good. I think we did record that one too, so we're good there. Dan Henderson, there he is. I was wondering why you don't use CTSEC anymore. Also, could we look under the skirt of MVIS? The reason why I haven't been using it is it's not the strategy that I want to employ at these times. So when things are trending, especially, I don't want to be doing range and scalp plays, which is what I use the SEC for. So that would be why. Also, could we look at under the skirt of MVIS for our daily? Okay. Microvision sounds like another digital miner. Okay, looking at it 4. Did someone just knock? Someone just knocked on the door. What the fuck is it? Oh, you ordered something. Okay, well, I thought someone was coming here to take me away. Let's see. I don't know when the last time that I charted this one was, but I still was using my fibs like that, which is interesting. It must have been a long time ago. Anyways, this one's still consolidating whatever the hell. Oh, this is on a weekly. That's why it's been taking so long. I do like this one, and it is reaccumulation at a high level. Compared to the more recent history to the long term, it's pretty damn bad. But I would be looking for an upside resolution right here. Hidden bullish divergence on the weekly right here. Daily. Daily's in a bit of a range. I do look at this one as generally bullish as long as it's above about $11.5. Very, very good. Volatility on the ground. I don't know if it's ready just yet, but probably this month or next month I would be looking for an upside resolution and very likely target the prior highs of this rally. Now, where does that lead towards the long term? Probably another drive towards the 200 exponential average right there, actually. Other than that, I don't feel confident in saying too much else. But, could the reversal be real? Yeah, this is what it would look like if it is going to be real. But I want to see the next move first. But for now, short term, medium term, bit of sideways, long term upside. And I want to see it after that. What's up, Lewis? Hey, man, yeah, the house purchase actually did go very well. It was quite nice. MTV, we got that one already, so all good there, I believe. Actually, this is the third time someone's asked about it. One must be popular or something. What is it? What the fuck does it do? What's up, Bloody Nine? Good morning from Scotland. Nice. Can you have a look at IOTA? Is the short squeeze still on? Let's see. I remember you asked about this one last week, and it was had just a massive girthy green dildo move. Is the short squeeze still on? Well, first retest around your problem highs is going to be rejected. Yes, expected. I'd be looking for this one to range a little bit and trade sideways and down from here, but do not confuse that with like a bearish statement. It's not a bearish chart. Obviously, I'd be looking just for this one to create the next higher low, essentially. Now we can put it right here, actually. I'd be looking for, at the very least, to come down to about 167, 168 region. Long term, I still like it. Weekly's very obviously bullish here. So short term, you know, if it comes down to like 160 or so, I'd be looking at that as an opportunity. We did hit the measure move off of the inverted head and shoulders right here. Actually, this was probably the most obvious one you've seen in a long time. Not bad. Long term, I imagine it continues on with it after a short term pullback and sideways. So hopefully that was helpful right there. SD Hodl, what's up, man? It's all good, man. It's all good. You know, I really appreciate that. You know, like that. Like I don't know how to respond to something like that. It's overwhelming, but in a good way, SD Hodl. But it's something that I really need to spend some time reflecting on and thinking about and meditating on to fully understand like the implications of it, because it's really, really good to hear. It's just I need to better understand myself and sort of reflect on that myself. And a comment like that really, really helps. So I want to say thank you, and I do appreciate that and express gratitude towards that. Because that's fucking awesome. Very, very glad to hear that. Faraz, what's up, man? There he is. Can we have a look at the insane clown posses on the daily? Let's do it. ICP, USD. This one is doing the internet computers. All right, let's record this one as well. This one's actually kind of interesting. Here we have Internet Computer Protocol, symbol ICP versus the dollar. Being requested by Mr. Footmaster himself, Faraz. Looking at a breakout right here. Lovely, lovely, lovely sideways consolidation. Somewhat similar to Bitcoin in this nice rectangular fashion. I imagine we do have a measure move on this, and it's probably nearly close to it. A little bit more, though, implied for the short term. That would be a move towards about 93 and a half or so. I do generally think, however, it will make a tag up towards $100 after maybe a short-term pullback around there. Speaking of short-term timeframes, 4 hours, obviously continuation, big volume on the last 4-hour digital closure on new highs on this rally. Good volatility continues to expand, so I don't think that even the short-term timeframes are done just yet. Daily, very good right here. For what it's worth, hidden bullish divergence off the last low, even an inverted head and shoulders right there as well. BBWP expanding. Back above the moving average on this one. I think the 12-hour shows it a little bit better right here on that last drive. And of course, 12-hour jewel actually falling through as well. So I would be looking for a move generally towards about $100. Does it stop right there long term? Probably not, but I would be looking for a bit of sideways and down after that and consolidate slightly lower. Long term, this thing can run just because, well, typically the way that you go up is the way that you go down, and the way that you go down is the way that you typically go up. You pump it and dump it, baby. But this one looking a lot more pumpy than dumpy right now. Momentum oscillators, just a quick perusal of this on the daily is what I want to see. I mean, 4 hours still good as long as above $83, so fair enough on that one. Yeah, daily remains upside postured as long as we're above 71 and 17 cents, so looking good there as well. Nice one, very nice one actually for ICP. Not bad. Okay. Oh, and Jeremy Brown just got it right after you as well. Holy shit, man. It's like you read each other's minds. Wizards. Fucking wizards. J3F, Ray, USD, 4-hour daily. Morning has been decent. Didn't get enough sleep, but it's all good, man. There's worse things that can happen in the world. Ray, D. I guess FTX. This is another Sam coin right here. Oh, what do you know? Hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour. We do see actually volatility still trending down. So I would like to see that turn up alongside a break and closure above about 1285 to 1290. Then I'd be looking for a move up just south of $15. Daily right here, consolidated very fucking high level. This one very likely retest per all-time highs on a break of that. Weekly, very good as well. I do generally think that this one does probably try around per all-time highs over the next week or two. Daily, however, right here, or actually, no, let's go back down to 4-hour. Where did I change around my mind on this one? Below 11.5 specifically, below 11.5, I would no longer be short-term, medium-term bullish, and I'd be looking for a correction first. Lammy J, what's up? Any chance of a peek at CSPR? Let's see if it's on. Okay, it is on here. All right, cool. What time frames though? What time frames? For the love of God. Short term looking good for extension towards 15 and a quarter. Daily probably does try around the highs of the prior rally, maybe like this week or next week. Again, this is market analysis, not individualistic analysis. This is obviously like one of the worst charts we've seen today, but a strong broad market is going to be good for this thing. I would change around my opinion on this one below 12.5 cents. And taking another sip of this water, man. My voice is starting to get wrecked. Oh, Nimbo, there he is. What's up, Nimbo? There we go. Maria, what's up, Maria Morales? Hex, yes, we've already looked at that one. It's still interesting. It's like the daily advertisements. Green Third Eye, hello, Sir Derp, that's me. Can we take a look at ORN USD on the daily, weekly, monthly? Let's see. Hex is turning into like the same thing as Link, where it's like I sing its fucking praises for months and months and years on end, but I don't ever own any. Oh well. I will live vicariously through you, Mrs. Morales, and hopefully it helps. Looking at the daily right here, good. I'd be looking for this one to pop back up towards the highs of the range, like 10 and 2 cents or so, and probably like most of these things are going to break out to the upside. A golden cross throughout this whole consolidation, high or low within it. Imagine, oh, what do you know? Volatility on the fucking ground. Oh, what do you know? Hidden bullish evidence on daily RSI. Oh, what do you know? Daily Jewel still upside. Ah, that's interesting. Probably does make a move towards like 11 and a quarter to 11.30. I don't think there is a monthly to do on this one. It's maybe a little bit too young. Yeah, this one's too young to do on the monthly. But hopefully that was helpful nonetheless. Again, a strong broad market is going to be good for most of these altcoins. What's up, Lance? TTCF, I bought at 1785, sold 30% at 24.75, then it sold off. Looks like maybe top symmetrical triangle on daily. Symmetrical triangles are not something that I like all that much. Ascending and descending are pretty damn good. A symmetrical, not so much in my opinion, at least in my experience. Would this work out as one? It would work out as one. I just don't trust these things. Because what it's probably going to morph into is something like this. It's probably going to morph into something like this, right? And then you'll have an ascending triangle, which is a lot more of a interesting formation in my experience. And look at that, you kind of already do have this. Anyways, what are you asking? It sold off on the top. Okay. My thoughts on it? I'd look for this pullback to very likely produce the next higher low. But does it pull back first a little bit more? Yes, I do think so, like 20.5 to 20 and a quarter. So maybe you can spend some more time consolidating here and does another higher low, like somewhere in the upper 18s or low $19 region. Overall, I would be looking for an upside resolution of this whole formation. This is good. Even got a somewhat baby drive of hidden bullish evidence here on the monthly RSI, but that's going to take some time to play out, obviously. Again, short-term, medium-term, I'll be looking for some downside. Probably put another higher low, long-term upside resolution. I mean, this is decent for the history that we have. We just don't have too much, and I don't know what all this is over here, to be fair, but obviously some went on this one. I don't see any reason to be bearish on this thing, especially as long as you're above about 18 bucks. Okay. Kelly Turner, what's up, man? Well, no message there, so I will just say thank you. Thank you, Kelly. The hidden use is Trios USD 4 hour daily. Super grateful. That's the exact way, man. A gratitude journal is actually really fucking good for you, or at least it's really fucking good for me, man. Looking at this, weekly good. One looks like it's ready to roll, actually. I imagine it probably shows better on a daily. It does show better on a daily. Hidden bullish evidence right there on the next higher low. We have BBWP expanding, daily jewel in the same direction. I would be looking for maybe a short-term pullback from the retest of the highs of this range right here, which is like 10.5 to 10.75. But ultimately, I'd be looking for this one to make a leg up on a break of that region towards 13 and a quarter, maybe even as much as like 20 bucks over time. But that is, again, over time. Short-term, nothing bearish about this thing. As long as you're above 9 bucks, I'd be looking for short-term to tag up towards, again, about 10.75. Maybe short-term pullback from there, and then continuation a little bit later this month, perhaps. Saturn Epoch wants to look at Rose USD for our daily. This will have Soul pump probably soon. Same VCs. Yeah, man. These Sam coins, man, they don't stop, do they? And he's really got the market on lock, doesn't he? This one's already pumping, sir. What are you talking about? This will have a soul pump pretty soon. Man, this one's already pumping pretty fucking hard. I don't know what you're waiting for. I'd be looking for a pullback off the retest of your prior highs. You know, maybe pulls back down to like 18.5 cents, but long term, I mean, look, anytime you retest around your prior time highs, it's not a long-term bad signal in my experience. Just how long does that take? I don't know. Short term probably stabs the highs a couple more times, and then I'd be looking for a pullback. Bitcoin almost at 52 again, it looks like. 51 at 917.5 on BitMexico. Yeah, still pretty damn good here. You are seeing BBWP getting pretty high. So I do think you give maybe two more spikes up towards like 22 to 23 cents. Very likely a pullback from there, and then sets it up for the next move after that. But a very good long-term setup, which I think is what you're probably going. Tammy Holmes, what's up, Tammy? Can you look at IOTEX daily, weekly? Okay. IOTEX. This thing, oh, what the fuck is this? All right, you asked for it. Oh, it's not bad. Actually, it's not bad at all. It's pretty damn good, in fact. Daily, weekly, I don't think there's a weekly or monthly to look at on this thing. It's only been around for actually, it's been around for a year. It's not too bad. Daily, very obvious consolidation at a high level, pretty much on new all-time highs as well. That's a really, really good signal right there for general continuation. Can we come up with some areas of interest for the long term? I think we can, but you know, with these sort of altcoins that look like they are just very sloppy, I don't trust them too much. I really like whenever I see something like this, a consolidation on the 1272 extension right there. Usually we'll set it up for a more long-term move towards, in this case, like the basically like a quarter to maybe even 30 cents, but that is long-term. That's like months away. Weekly, same thing. Hidden bullish divergence off that last low. I mean, that's already played out, to be fair. Monthly, same shit as well. Generally good though. Very, very good chart for what it's worth. Only problems that I'd have on this one would be a daily below about 6.9 cent. That would destroy my inherent bullishness on this. This one looks like it's ready to pop back up towards like 10 cents today. However, it's very good. Okay, cool. Riz, we got Solana's already, so I think we good there. Or hopefully at least. What's up, King Cosmic? Oh, there he is. All right, I know exactly what you want, man. I know exactly what you want, sir. All right, let's go check out traditional markets. I think NASDAQ has new all-time highs. Oh, what do you fucking know? Actually, no. Does it? 691 versus 699. Very close, but not quite there. Looks like NASDAQ's leading now, SPY following, and Dow Jones is a distant third right now. Daily, looking good for a general. Oh, what do you know? Another all-time high? Do we have another all-time high party coming in today? 4 hour. Hidden bullish divergence on the last low. Volatility on the ground throughout this whole consolidation right here. This is really likely looking for an upside resolution. Oh, we still got the same formation going on as last Friday. Same conditions as last Friday, basically. And yes, I do, or at least I am biased towards the upside. Short-term target on a break would be 45.65. Probably runs a little bit more after that on a daily. Only way that'll switch around short term is below about 45.25, and I'd be looking for a move down to about 45.05 or so. How that happens though, man, sideways and up is the name of the game. This one's good. This one's good. Oh, it is a SPY after all. God, the market that never goes down. Again, I always have to say, whenever we talk about traditional markets, I would be looking for like a 20% correction, maybe like October, November or something like that, but not yet at least. I mean, that's not a bearish weekly closure right there. That is fucking bullish by definition. So new highs before anything else. Okay, cool. Grizzly Adams says QNT 4 hour and hour. Okay. Plant. Okay. KuCoin, I guess. You just want to look at the short-term time frames. That's fine. Short-term toppy. Short-term, I'd be looking for a pullback. Hourly toppy as well. Probably some bearish divergence right there. Ever so slight. I'd probably be looking for a pullback down to like $300 low. Now, do not confuse pullback with reversal. This is long-term bullish still. It's still phenomenal fucking chart, man. Phenomenal fucking chart, and I don't think the long term is done just yet. But short term, a little bit of sideways, a little bit of downside. Would certainly not mind to move at all back down to like 295 or 290, to be honest with you. But at least on the hourly, I'd be looking for a bit of a pullback down to like 310 or so. First, maybe a bounce there, grinds up the highs a little bit more, and then plays out a bit of a pullback from there. Long term, however, I don't really have a reason to believe that this rally's done. Weekly says we already got new all-time highs, but I'd probably be looking for some more new all-time highs over the next couple of months here, but right now looking a little bit too hot. Sav Dylan says HNT USD Binance 4 hour. Okay, just the 4 hour. Whoops. Well, whatever. This one would do it. Good. Nice little consolidation right here. Same signatures as before. Hidden bullish evidence right here. Volatility expanding off the ground. 4 hour Jewel also giving a nice signal as well. Breakout above about basically where we're at right now, 24 3/4, and I'll be looking for at the very least a retest of prior highs about 26.5, 26.60, and then very likely new highs on this rally. We do have, of course, an ascending triangle right here. Can't make a measure move on this one as well. Where it points up towards like 29, $30 or so. Come back to it after that, perhaps. Okay, we got that. Mr. Nick. Oh man, we're actually at the bottom now. Holy shit. Hey Krown, don't know if you've looked at it yet, but if not, can you check out Ethereum USD? We actually started off with Ethereum today, so I will upload a video on it after this as well. So I think we're probably good there, but you can probably guess what it was, man. Weekly closed on new all-time highs, which is really bearish, right? What's up, Nimbo? Actually, Davio is 1 week late on rent, and he is hoping SLR may moon this week. If not, he should apply for unemployment. Maybe he could check gold V1. Wait, what? 2, will it follow Bitcoin? Do you mean, oh, you mean like just actual gold, like spot gold? Okay. Let's see. Where is gold? Where's that highly expensive rock. The fuck is that rock? I know it's here somewhere. Where's that XAU piece of shit? Where is it? There it is. Found you. Really good. I think gold's ready, man. I think gold's ready here. Golden cross about to happen on the daily exponential moving averages. Volatility starting to expand a bit. I'd like to see it actually clear above the 1829 highs, but after that I can run quite a fair bit, man. This is a decent setup right here. Weekly just got another higher low a few weeks ago. Good. I'd be looking for this one to generally float up to like 1880 to 1900 or so, but does that happen this week? I don't know about that. This is a good setup though. Monthly, same thing as well. Quarterly, same thing as well. I would be generally bullish on this one throughout the rest of this year, but I don't know about end of this week, however, so it doesn't necessarily need to happen towards the end. It does kind of move slow like molasses. What's up, abs? XRP full take. CTO is hinting to eruption in price. Usually a really good sign when your CTO starts marketing for you. That's what you want. That's really that's really that's oh god. I mean, it is kind of a good thing that he's marketing, but you don't have to market a fucking good project in that way. Anyways, regardless of that, this is a really good fucking chart right here. Jesus Christ, do we need to record another one? This one's really fucking good. I'm gonna record this one. Here we have Ripple symbol XRP versus the dollar being requested by Mr. Abs, and he's hinting that the CTO is also hinting at an eruption in price. Yeah, eruption in this case looking pretty damn good. Lovely consolidation here. We got the same sort of rectangle that we identified, I think, over the last couple of weeks. Still looking at a resolution towards the upside. In fact, I think that we've already had it. Nice. Or is it? It is. No, it's not. But it's ever so close. It does have a measure move all the way up to about $1.50. I don't think things would stop there except for like a short-term pullback. Very likely this one does test around about $160 highs. I think probably before end of month. This is actually really, really good. Weekly, hidden bullish evidence was confirmed on the last closure right there. I'd be looking for this one, yeah. 160 very, very likely over the next week or two. Monthly, looks like continuation, good. 4 hour is continuation right here as well. I have nothing bearish to say about this at all whatsoever, especially as long as you're above 1.25. That would be my validation. Below 1.25, bad. I'd be looking for, pullbacks back down to $1, but I don't think that's what's happening right here. Hidden bullish evidence on the last few lows for the daily RSI back in the bullish control zone. Volatility starting to expand off the grounds, and daily Jewel picked up the move from way back on over here at about $1.19. So I do expect that this one does have the next move to the upside, somewhere around about 160 or so. Maybe we can briefly look at it over here. Just ever so briefly, where's my Ripple me nipples? Where are you? There we go. 133. Daily momentum also to stay to the upside as long as above about 124. 4 hour is going to be showing upside pressure as long as above 126.5. Yeah, this one's trending right now, man. All time frames bullish actually. Again, in validation below about $1.25, but very, very good right there for Ripple. Hopefully that was helpful, and there you go, sir. Nice one. What's up, Mr. T? Hey, can you go over the BBWP volatility indicator you use? How can I get it via TradingView? Oh, sir, come on. You're better than this. You're better than this. You've been here for a long time. Sorry, I'm just giving you shit. All right, BBWP. How can you get it on TradingView? I don't know. Try this. Just type in BBWP on indicators and strategies. I actually have a video on the channel already on how to use it. So just type in on YouTube. Let me just see if it pops up. Probably if you type in like Krown's Crypto Cave and then BBWP. It's there. Yep, it is definitely there. If you literally type in Krown's Crypto Cave BBWP on YouTube, there will be a video there about 23 minutes long that will go over in depth exactly what I would explain right now, but my voice is ever so tired. And I think that that's probably a better one anyways, just because I'm more focused on that video, to be fair. Hopefully all good right there, but yeah. Devin Slice says short-term persistence on UNN. Again, I don't do prescriptions. UNN. What is this? This thing? Union Protocol. All right. Terrible. Fucking bad. Really fucking bad. Worst chart that we've seen today, actually. Worst chart that we've seen today. While everything else is rallying, this thing is not. Look, when the broad market is strong, shit like this does get to rally a little bit, but there is... This one's been banned from the moon. There's nothing at all whatsoever bullish about this thing as long as you're below whatever the fuck this number is right here, 9,200 Ethereums, if that makes sense. Above there, this thing can run a little bit, but you picked maybe the least impressive chart today. daily and hourly. Okay, you said short term and then daily and hourly. Hourly, I can't make anything on this chart, man. I don't have a good opinion on what this is doing. I can just tell you that long term it wouldn't be my first choice of charts. Then again, you know, a strong broad market is going to be good for this thing, so it probably does get to join the party, albeit less strongly. So take that as you will. Crypto picture says STX USD Bitcoin 12-hour and daily. These stacks. All right, good name. Good chart too. Hey, this is a good chart. Sloppy as fuck with all these wicks, but I probably would be looking for this one to continue here. You do have a real breakout, to be fair, right there. You got your nice little upturn right there. Beautiful. I'll be looking for this one to trade up somewhere around about 90 or maybe even $2 or so. Pretty good. Momentum oscillators, hidden bullish divergence, daily jewel, volatility. Interesting. Trend, volatility, momentum. Beautiful. Bullish as long as above about $1.50. Very, very good. Hey, what's up, John, dude? Hey, appreciate that, man. Mina USD, medium to long term. What does that mean to you? What does that mean to you? Well, Mina means me. There is no long term to do on something that's been around for less than a month, sir. Is there a short term to do on it? Kind of. Bullish as long as you're especially above about 390 or so. What are we looking like right here? Something like this. Mark up that last higher low right there. I do think that this one very likely will have an upside resolution. You got hidden bullish divergence on that last low right there. So probably trades a little bit of sideways and down from here. Maybe even tries for a bit of a higher low pretty much right where we're at right now at about 4.25. Be looking for another try to the upside, but I don't feel too confident on this one, man. It's only been around for less than a month. Like, yeah, it's just not going to be too damn useful on something like this. So gotta shoot you straight right there, man. Yeah, again, I just don't feel confident on a chart that's been around, you know, that less amount of time. Nihal, what's up, man? CRO USD, 4-hour weekly. Okay. He said specifically on OKX. We can do that. You say 4-hour and weekly. That's quite the differential. In time frames, 4 hours continuation, very obviously. Be looking for continuation all the way up to about almost 20 cents before the next sort of 4-hour pullback. Weekly is looking very, very good for more long-term continuation towards 21 and a half or so. The thing is that long-term, this is very obviously a good chart as we do have that macro higher low and higher high structure. The question is, do we make new highs on this run from right here? Actually, it is pretty damn good setup. It's certainly possible. Certainly possible. Yeah, monthly is pretty damn good as well. But I'd first look for a pullback at about 21.5 cent after playing out the 4-hour move first in that short-term pullback, and then come back to it after that. But it is a pretty damn good setup long-term. Claudio says, can check out vet long-term and daily. What does long-term mean? What does long-term mean? I need to know. I can look at it daily though, so that helps. Weekly confirmed another drive of hidden bullish divergence right there. We are right at the next perspective target that we had from last week, which is 16 cent. However, you will notice that I do have this more long-term measured move, which is all the way up towards about 19.5. So that would be my long-term if that is long-term. I would look for that continuation after 16 and a quarter is closed above on a daily. 4 hours, obviously bullish and continuing right from here. Volatility expanding alongside all these positive signatures. Again, I have nothing bearish to say about this thing as long as above about 14 cents or so. Oh my God, man. I appreciate that, Dan. I appreciate that very, very much. Oh my God, they keep on coming in. Have you looked at FTT? Yes, we did look at FTT, Mr. Boogie. And I'll actually upload a video on it later today as well. So I think we're good there. And okay, last of the last. We'll do ALBT here. Last of the last. No more after this, sir. All right. Let's see. All right, fine. We'll do one for Megan as well. All right. Daily and weekly on ALBT. New all-time there. I don't have any analysis to do on this thing unless if maybe we can populate some of these still. Oh yeah, we can. I'd be looking for general continuation short term to about 150 to 153. I would be looking for some tops at around $1.75 or so. 4 hours just continuation right here. So I do think that this one actually is literally in motion right now. And I'd be looking for a short-term top again, somewhere around about $1.50, and then very likely a daily top somewhere around about 175 or so, and then come back to it after that. It looks like. All right, last for Mrs. or Miss Megan Hutchinson. Can you put me TLOS any time frame? Okay. Yes. Okay. I guess we'll do it versus Tether on this one. Yeah, very, very good right here. You don't need me to tell you that this one's pretty damn good. Let's see, any time frame. This is just continuation right here. You got your next higher low right there. We got, well, volatility is not going to be helpful on a daily on this one. Maybe a 4 hour is going to be better. 4 hours a little bit hot there, but you know, if this one does want to pull back, I'd be looking somewhere right around about 73.5 cents or so. Generally speaking, though, I'd be looking for continuation to new all-time highs. Can we come up with an area of interest for this one? I think we can, actually. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Base is right at the 1272 right there. That is fucking textbook. Long term, Megan, I'd probably be looking towards a buck and a quarter, maybe even 275 to $2, like months down the road. But this is a pretty damn good chart for what it's worth right now. Short term is just is very likely continuation, maybe an extremely short term pullback towards like 73.5 cent. I do not change my opinion on this chart, especially as long as you're above like 67 cent right there. And thank you for that, Mr. Onkit. All right. Oh, that's all right. Last of the last minute. All right, here we go. All right, what is this? What the fuck is this? Very strange chart, actually. I don't know what to make of this one. This one's sloppy as all hell. It looks like it's. Look, man, this thing's been around for like 3 weeks. I don't have an analysis to give you on this one, man. I know that that's annoying, and I know that it's probably not what you want to hear, but I don't have an analysis on something that's been this new. I wouldn't feel comfortable saying anything. If anything, I'd say down towards like 41.5 cent, but I wouldn't even feel confident in saying that very much. So Simpson Virgins Unite. That's it, baby. That's it, Noah. What can I give you some hopium on the other side? Yeah, I would get, I guess, somewhat optimistic on this one for like a very short-term time frame move above 47 cent. But again, man, I don't feel confident on this one. If anything, I'd be looking for short-term down towards like 41 cent or so. Come back to you after that. God damn it, Matt. God fucking damn it. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. This is seriously the last one though. All right, Shib. Look, you got one of the weakest charts today. It hasn't been joining in on any of the rallies thus far. Is it going to get a nice move right here? Probably yes. It probably is going to. But for the love of God, man, it's like you picked the biggest laggard of a chart. So the only the problem is this one's gonna have like one major move, and then everyone's gonna be like, "Fuck you, Krown, you were wrong about SHIB." It's like, look, it had one major move while the rest of the market was having major moves for months on end before that. It probably does move up from here. It probably does, but it's like there's nothing excited to be about this thing, or in my opinion, there's just nothing to be excited about on this thing. One, because it's a fucking meme coin, man. Like it really is worthless. That's same thing with Dogecoin. Even that one has like more utility than this thing. There's absolutely nothing to be excited about on this thing for like a long-term move as long as you're below about 950. And then you could actually get excited for a pretty damn big move above about 1200 or so. But right now, man, just ranging on the lows while the rest of the market goes to the moon and beyond. This one's one of the weakest charts that we've seen today by far, and has been for a long time. Short-term time frames, do we continue on with this rally? Probably yes, but even that I don't feel confident with. Below 725 or 727, I'd be looking for this rally to fall apart yet again and way back down to about 685 or 680 or so. Hey, thank you for that, man, Mr. Noah. I appreciate that, sir. I very much appreciate that. Oh man, I think my voice is absolutely shreked up right now, but it's been an absolute pleasure. Sorry for some of the autistic outbursts right there. Just expressing my frustration with my voice right now, because it sounds like not just a raspy lesbian, but it literally is starting to hurt. So generally speaking on Bitcoin, looking for continuation here. All time frames looking relatively nice. Again, I am looking for this move to populate over the next couple of weeks, but as long as Bitcoin's certainly above what exactly was it? Certainly above about 49 and a half, or even on a 4 like 50,500 or so. I'm looking for this move to occur actually probably today. 4-hour BBWP expanding, 4-hour RSI playing at that hidden bullish divergence, and 4-hour Joule still going as well. Probably a short-term move towards $52,000, maybe a short-term pullback from there. But with that said, again, it's been an absolute pleasure. I want to say massive thank you for all the well wishes. I appreciate that, Mr. John, dude. Will do, my friend, will do. I think that'll actually maybe bring me back up from the dead. And tonight I'm gonna get a nice good night of sleep. Anyways, with that said, I want to salute everyone. Thank you for coming on out. It's been an absolute pleasure. We'll be back on tomorrow with some more live stream analysis. With that said, take care, and until next time.
Write it, code it, name it, tweet it, mine it, stack it, live it, dream it, post it, scan it, charge it, send it, do it, and receive it. Trade it, buy it, sell it, store it, run it, list it, first rename it. Crypto logic. pump it, hack it, lose it, dump it, sell it, ditch it, XR, pitch it, copy, paste it, nudge it, test it, build it, try it, bend it, fork it, hype it, pump it, dump it, rinse, repeat, but quick relocate, pause it, list it, send it, burn it, pump it, hack it, quick rename it, take it, take it, lend it, send it, swell it, sell it, flip, unflip it, see it, watch it, learn it, know it, post it, tweet it, and repeat it, chart it, long it, short it, hedge it, post prediction, quick erase it,